I say remix.
That intro never gets old. That intro never gets old. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back. The quarterfinals are upon us. Yes, the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The quarterfinals are upon us. It's Croatia versus Brazil. Samba. I was going to break into dance and song, but it's too early for that because we might be in for the long haul this evening, or this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world. This is the big one. The big ones are getting underway, the quarterfinals, and we're going to be covering all of them here on United View. I'm going to be with you for every single one of them. We've got Croatia versus Brazil this evening. We've got the Netherlands versus Argentina tomorrow. We've got Portugal versus Morocco. Then we've got England versus France as well. So don't you worry. We've got everything covered here at United View. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. We're going to get into team news. We're going to get into predictions. We're going to get into formations. We're going to get into all of it. But be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. But before we get into today's match view, this stream, as always, is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid. Fresh Ego FC will be for the third year facilitating their annual Community Giveback for Campaign for Change to provide an essential hamper and gifts to families from low income, vulnerable and at-risk families. This year, Fresh Ego FC is partnering with Anthony Joshua's charity Clean Herts Community. This year, especially with global inflation and fuel poverty, those families, along with other families, will struggle to provide the basics this Christmas and holiday period. Last year, through donations, Fresh Ego FC was able to give back to 120 families. This year, they expect to be supporting more than 350 families. So as always, guys, a really well-worthy cause, a really important cause, especially as we get around this holiday time, this Christmas time with the cold snap now upon us, with the fuel crisis, with energy crisis, a really important cause. So if you want any more information, as always, here's Anthony Joshua with a message for you all.
People, I hope you're good. So the festive period is fast approaching, and what I've come to realise is that a lot of people are actually unsure on how to kind of connect with communities and give back. So what I've done is my organisation has teamed up with another organisation to do some projects where we're going to be doing community work and spending time in communities and doing some give back projects, right? So we want to raise some funds, we want to get some items because it's going to be rolled out across the whole year as well. This ain't just a one-stop shop. So if you want to get involved, follow the link, follow the Instagram page, the social pages for more info, and your help will be appreciated. We'll be there, I'll be there. It'll be a big community day. Don't worry about that, Leaf. And yeah, we appreciate your support fully, yeah? God bless, be safe, and I'll catch up with you all soon.
Words from AJ himself there, and as always, guys, if you want to get some more information, if you want to donate, if you want to just find out more about this fantastic cause as we get closer to the holiday period, all the information is in the video description. That includes links to the Just Giving page if you wish to donate, if you want to email to get involved, everything's in there. So, as I mentioned, really well-worthy cause to get involved in this holiday period. Right, team news. I can hear your cries. Owen, where's the team news? Owen, what lineups? Who's playing for Brazil? Who's playing for Croatia? I can tell you, I come with answers. I don't just come with energy today. I'm excited. I don't just come with energy. I have team news as well. So let's start off with Croatia because the way the draw goes, they're the home side in this one. In goal, you've got the penalty shootout hero himself, Livakovic. Of course, as I mentioned, made all of those penalty saves against Japan, was excellent. A back four. It looks like it's going to be a 4-3-3 for Croatia. So a back four of Juranovic, Lovren and Gvardiol with Souza also there as well. The midfield three is Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic. In front of them, you have Palicic, who starts. He did not start the last game, came on as a substitute, did take a penalty, so Palicic starts. Kramaric has been shifted into the centre-forward role, and then you've got Ivan Perisic as well. Huge amount of experience, got the goal in the last game as well. He starts too. But for Brazil, we have a 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, Alisson retains his spot. You've got Danilo, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and Militao making up the back four for the Brazilians. In front of them, Lucas Paqueta, and then also Manchester United's Casemiro, who's had a fantastic tournament so far. Really the glue that holds together this Brazilian side. Starts in the midfield for Brazil. In front of them, you've got this front four that people are terrified of. That includes Vinicius Jr., Neymar Jr., Rafinha, and Richarlison. Of course, on the bench, for Brazil, you've got this huge array of talent as well, including the likes of Alexandro, Fred, Dani Alves, Fabinho, Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony, Rodrigo, Ederson, Pedro, Gabriel Martinelli, it's very impressive nevertheless. So this is going to be a really interesting one. Of course, Brazil are the favourites. Of course, people expect Brazil to win. Of course, people are expecting Brazil not to break a sweat. But when it comes to Croatia, they know how to get the job done. Isn't it 7 out of the last 9 or 7 out of the last 8 of Croatia's knockout games in major tournaments, whether it be the Euros or World Cup, have gone to extra time and penalties. So we could be in for the long haul. The last 2 3 o'clock games that I've done here on the channel, the Croatia-Japan one and the Morocco-Spain one, have gone to extra time and penalties. So anything's possible today. So let me know where you're watching from. As always, guys, get your predictions in the chat. We'll get your comments up on the screen. And be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. Such as Charles says, "Hi, Owen, watching from Florida." Welcome, watching from Florida. Yes, I went to Florida as a child, and you know what? It's one of those ones. I went to Universal Studios, you know, and can't really remember it. One day I'll go back. One day, hopefully, I'll go back as well. Victor says, "Big up, Owen." Big up, Victor. Thank you for joining us. Says, "Watching from Nairobi, Kenya." Big up all the way from Nairobi, Kenya as well. Oppo's watching from Amsterdam. Big game for you today, Oppo. Big one. I'm assuming you're Dutch. It's the Netherlands versus Argentina. That, for me, is the game of the day. I know we're probably watching the favourites in this one for the whole tournament in Brazil. I think Brazil are a lot of people's picks to go all the way and win the trophy for the 6th time. I saw a picture too today. How are they gonna get the 6 stars? What are they gonna do? I think they've got 2 on each side and 1 in the middle on their badge. I think they'll just have to do 3 each side. I think that'll be the way to go. Good problems to have, certainly, isn't it? How do we fill these World Cup stars over our badge? If only we could have that problem here with England. But yes, the game I'm really looking forward to the most today, it must be said, is that Netherlands-Argentina game. I think that's going to be such a good game to watch as the players... I'm excited. The players are walking out onto the pitch. Headphones. Now, that's the question. Will they work like when I put them in first time? The 3 o'clocks, they can be temperamental. Let's hope. Here we go. Headphones are going in. Always. It's only working in one ear. There we go. Ah, look at that. Technology's even on my side today. Well, we're in for a good one. We're in for a good one. Southeast Asia represent. Appreciate you. Junior says, "Big up, Owen, watching New Zealand. Love the channel, bro. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate everyone joining us for these World Cup watch-alongs. Noah's watching from Ethiopia. Sunny Boy's watching from Singapore. We've got a truly global community here on United View, so be sure to get involved. I really enjoy doing these World Cup solo watch-alongs here. They're a bit different from the ones we usually do in UVHQ. We will be back in UVHQ tomorrow for a marathon match view session. I'm going to be doing Portugal versus Morocco here. And then the guys are going to be in the studio. I'm going to dash to the studio to join them. But we're going to have a full panel for watching the Manchester United versus Real Betis game. And then we'll have the same full panel watching England versus France tomorrow as well. So exciting stuff as Croatia play their national anthem. Martin says, Owen, Brazil versus England finals. And Tywin watching from Iceland. Tywin. It's a lovely place. I found that my brother has gone to Iceland before and recommended it a lot. I would love to go there one day. By all accounts, it's absolutely beautiful. Although Iceland, when we're in the knockout stages of major competition, it's brought back memories. Brought back real memories. We're just seeing the Croatia side. Kovacic, has he got a cut on his face? Tyrant says, "Don't be here in the summer, bright all day." Oh, yes, of course. Of course. And there he is, Luka Modric. Most likely his last major tournament, one would think, with his country. And he's in the quarterfinals. Can they replicate what they did 4 years ago? They got to the final. In the semi-final, of course, they beat England. Can they get to the semi-final? All they've got to do is beat the 5-time champions of the world, whose national anthem is up next, that being Brazil. Martin says, "Come visit Kenya." Oh, I'd love to. As Brazil's national anthem begins to play, be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Let's see if we can get 50 likes before the game's even kicked off. Could you imagine? It'd be incredible. So if you haven't already, click the like button. We're only 21 likes away. I think it's possible. As we see Cecil G, Militao on the screen. Travis says, checking in from the USA by way of Montana. Oh, I love that. Says, love United View. Thank you very much, Travis. Appreciate the contribution. Appreciate all of you guys in the UV community. I feel we've bonded closer together over this World Cup experience, and I'm very thankful for it. Thiago Silva, who got an assist against Switzerland. Fantastic pass it was as well. What a player he is. He really does defy age. There's a lot of conversation about age, isn't there? And the age of football players. When are they past it? When aren't they past it? And Thiago Silva, despite not being in his prime, is still absolutely brilliant. Every week for Chelsea in this World Cup, you don't even debate it. You know, like with some footballers, when they play for their national team in their like mid to late 30s, you go, oh, the coach has just got to drop them. They've got to hang him up. Thiago Silva's not one of them. Look at Casemiro, singing with the passion. His eyes are closed because he's focused on the trophies. I do have a feeling that, and there he is, R9 as well. I do have a feeling that Brazil might just be very comfortable in this one. But anything's possible. I mean, how many times do people write off Croatia? Too many times. So anything certainly is possible. The national anthem concludes. We are 4 minutes away from kickoff. This is going to be a good one. Quarterfinals. We haven't had any World Cup football for what? 48 hours, 2 days, and now we're ready. We're back. We're very much in the business end of the tournament now. My favourite part of the tournament. I know obviously the knockout stage started with the last 16, but quarterfinal territory, this is where really World Cup moments are made, isn't it? This is where people talk about these matches, these critical moments, these goals, these decisions for years and generations to come. And we're going to be watching it all together this afternoon. Are we going to see what would be a big upset? I know Croatia were in the finals 4 years ago, but this would still be a huge upset. Can Modric do it one more time? Can he pull that rabbit out of the hat? He is a magician, so anything's possible. Oh, and look who's in charge, Michael Oliver. English refereeing. What could go wrong? And Travis, not only has he put the super chat in, but he also joined the UV Members Club. Welcome, Travis. Welcome to the UV community. If you wish to join Travis in the Night of You Members Club, you can do so. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members-only content as well. New episodes of UV Raw coming soon, allegedly. As we're just seeing the Brazilian team, Vinicius Jr., Richarlison, Rafinha. The pace, honestly, the pace in that front four is horrifying. Vinicius, Neymar, Rafinha, and Richarlison. Woo-hoo-hoo. Reasons to be scared. Ivan Perisic, going to be a key player for Croatia today. 6 goals in 14 FIFA World Cup appearances. Neymar missed the final 2 group stage games. Returned in the last 16 games. Scored a penalty. And this is meant to be his World Cup, isn't it? This is going to be his World Cup. Ronnie Dodge says, hey guys, it's my birthday. So hopefully Brazil win today if England don't do it tomorrow. England, you've got to think positive, Ronnie. Think positive. And happy birthday today. I'm sure the rest of the UV community in the live chat will wish Ronnie a happy birthday. I would sing, but I'm too excited for this game. Got to get my timer ready. Let's go. Brazil are in the huddle. I've got my cup of coffee as well that I can't touch at the moment. It's too hot. Brazil in the huddle. Trying to G each other up. Explain the importance. Croatia are ready. They want to kick off. No, the Brazil are still in the huddle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off, we're underway. The first quarterfinal of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar has officially kicked off. It's Croatia versus Brazil, and we're in for a ride, and I'm very much looking excited for it. Oh. AB says, you made it look like Sommer is the worst thing in football, and suddenly Erik ten Hag wants to side him. Owen, you're a bit in the mud. I'm not sure how, AB. What I would say is the report came out before that game. It was from Bild in Germany, and then Switzerland had that game against Portugal, and he was poor in that. Not saying he's the worst goalkeeper in the world. I'm saying we can do better, in my opinion. If he's a backup, okay. And look, if Erik ten Hag wants him, bow to Erik ten Hag. He's the best scout of the club, no problem. And I've got no problem admitting that I'm wrong. At all. I can't stand that when that's kind of thing. I'm more than happy to say I'm wrong on certain things. It was a throw-in to Croatia. Out once again. I think it's Souza taking the throw. There's the coach for Brazil. Focusing a lot on the coach and not the game. The crowd. There we go. Casemiro wins the ball back. Marquinhos gives it all the way back to Alisson in goal. There's Thiago Silva. Out to Marquinhos once again. A bit of pressure from the front from Ivan Perisic. But very comfortable for Brazil. Danilo gives it out to Alisson. Militao clips it up the pitch. Flicked on by Paqueta. But he's lost the ball to Kovacic. That should be a free kick. Is to Croatia. Important to see how fast either team starts. Of course, Brazil started very fast in their last game against Switzerland. Kovacic fouled in the end by Casemiro, a combination of Casemiro and Paqueta. Short free kick by Pulisic, put in, headed away. Here's Juranovic, plays for Celtic in the Scottish Premier League, Juranovic, and goes all the way back to I always going to struggle with the goalkeeper one. Livakovic in goal. Lovren gives it out to Juranovic. Juranovic tries to give it to Modric. Might be a high foot. Free kick given. High foot by Modric on Richarlison. Travis says, Owen, what's your opinion on Matt Turner? Could we find gems in the MLS? You can't rule out the MLS. Miguel Almiron came from there. He was signed from Atlanta. Went to Newcastle. The league is improving. But for United, I don't know. That might be a different story. Long ball by Danilo. Here's Vinicius Jr. Vinicius going to try and take on the fullback, Souza. Vinicius manages to get into the box. Gives it back to Casemiro. Militao. Goes all the way back to Marquinhos. Actually, goes all the way back to Alisson. Croatia managed to hold that situation fairly well. Big switch. Goes out to Vinicius Jr. Does have some room now. Going to put the ball. Oh, he tried to put the ball into the box. It was blocked. Vinicius Jr. He's going to have a shot. It's curling. Keeper holds it on the second attempt there by Livakovic. Just got to be a bit careful giving Vinicius Jr. that kind of room. But just a little sighter for Vinicius Jr. there. Just a little bit of a reminder. Here I am. Be careful. Lovren tries to play out from the back. Didn't really work there. Brozovic manages to clean up. But now Brazil have the ball once again. Through ball. Ooh. Rafinha was aiming for Vinicius Jr. Just overhits the pass. Goes out for a goal kick. Lovren. I mean, that kind of a risk. 5 minutes in. Trying to do a chipped pass when you're just outside your own box. That is such a risk. And I'd be really surprised, to be honest, if Croatia are going to try and play out the back against Brazil. That is such a gamble. That's a bit better from the goalkeeper. Lavakovic goes long. Here's Kovacic. Brozovic on the ball once again. Does really, really well. Modric does well. Here's Palisic. Puts the ball out wide. Sosa. One back easily. Oh, one back really well by Croatia. Modric tried to switch. Didn't work out. The switch didn't work out. Look at all of the Brazilian support behind Alisson's goal. A sea of canary yellow. The atmosphere's bouncing. It's good. It's got the makings of a classic. It's Richarlison. Juranovic. Vardio. Here's Sousa. Vardio once again, who's been absolutely brilliant in this tournament. I think he's got something like the second most interceptions or balls won. It's very, very impressive. He's only 20 years old as well. You can see why Chelsea are interested. You can see why Europe's interested. He's going to be, you would think he's going to be in that conversation of one of the best centre-backs in the world in about 4 or 5 years' time. He's been absolutely brilliant. Here's Modric, ball over the top. Aims for Juranovic. Good touch. Juranovic, good ball into the box. He's free at the back post. If he aims for it, ooh. He's given a free kick, actually, in the end. It was Perisic who was looking for that header. Of course, he scored a brilliant header against Japan. So it's entirely possible. They were kind of looking for a bit of a similar goal to the one against Japan. It was a foul on Militao in the end. But be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Over 150 people watching. We can get to 100. It's always the aim. 100 by half-time, 150 by the start of the second half, 200 by the full time. So if you haven't already, click that like button. As you would expect, the atmosphere is unbelievable inside the stadium in Qatar. Seeing a foul by Modric on Rafinha. This is Militao. Back to Alisson. Here's Neymar. Picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Travels quite some distance. Vinicius. Kept on. Mike Oliver says play on. Here's Juranovic. Modric. Outside of the boot. That's short. Rafinha. Touch isn't great. Manages to keep the ball. Michael Oliver gives a free kick. Paqueta. Or Paquetá. Excuse me. Our pronunciation's important. Paquetá. Modric. Puts it out wide to Sousa. Actually, that's Perisic. Excuse me. Perisic's going to try and take on Militao. Ball into the box. Manages to get there. But goes past Palisic. AB says, Croatia goalkeeper and Dutch goalkeeper impressed in this World Cup. We're going to see them both today. But you're right. I forget the Dutch goalkeeper's name. But for someone that hadn't played for his country before the World Cup, he's been very, very good. Tall. Claims the ball. Authoritative. Louis van Gaal knows his keepers. Here's Rafinha. Just into the 9th minute. Nearly 10 gone. Still Croatia 0, Brazil 0. Croatia will be looking to do this the majority of the game. Try and stifle the Brazilians. Try and slow them down. Neymar. Gives it to Vinicius. He's got some time. Vinicius. I thought he was lining up a shot. Not sure what he was really going for in the end. He kind of passes it in between Richarlison and Rafinha. Here is Rafinha. Travels into the box. It might have gone out. I think it did just in the end. Linesman says it went out for a goal kick. AB says, remember the Tim Krul masterclass at the World Cup? Well, exactly, yeah. Brought him on for penalties. Saved every penalty, or saved the majority of the penalties. Louis van Gaal brought Sergio Romero to United. At one point, with the thought process being that De Gea was going to go to Madrid, of course, he didn't in the end because of the infamous fax machine. Keylor Navas was going to be part of the swap plus money. What a strange reality that would have been. I mean, in the multiverse somewhere, that's Keylor Navas played for United for the last decade. And David De Gea won all those Champions Leagues. They don't regret that at all. Marquinhos goes for a long ball, looking for Neymar. He might be offside, surely. Neymar was indeed offside. I do think this one could go the distance. I mean, if Croatia managed to take Brazil the distance, take them into extra time or take them to penalties, I mean, if Brazil go out, that suddenly this tournament gets very, very open. Marquinhos once again. Paquetá. Danilo. Danilo once more. He's in the team for Alexandro, who by all accounts isn't fit to start. He's on the bench for Brazil this afternoon. But it's a throw-in for Croatia. It must be said, Neymar hasn't started particularly well. He's lost the ball the first few times he's picked it up. It's a throw-in to Croatia. David Naheen's been a member for 4 months. Appreciate 4 months of support. Says, Mr. Reliable, it feels like forever since I watched you guys live. Brazil need to stay focused and not take this game lightly. Appreciate 4 months of support, David, and appreciate you joining us this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Here's Juranovic. Got some space to travel into. He's going to keep traveling here. Outside of him is Palisic. Ball into the... It's a good ball! Oh! That is a chance for Perisic. A really good chance. Wow. Juranovic, I tell you what, this is brilliant play. He travels. Outside of the foot, gives it to Pasalic, puts it in a really good ball. It's difficult for Perisic because he's got the defender right there, but he just doesn't get enough on it. Oh, it's a couple of them as well. Juranovic is there. He misses the first chance, and it's actually Perisic at the end. Opportunity. That is an opportunity for Croatia, and it looks like Militao struggling a little bit. Don't know if he's got a tight calf. He's trying to sort of stamp into the ground. I don't know if it's his hamstring or it's his calf. But Militao looks to be in a spot of bother. But good opportunity that for Croatia. Juranovic, a real good bit of play when he travelled there. He was unlucky. I tell you what, Brazil trying to play out from the back. They've given it away here. Militao once again, and that's a corner ball. I did just say Militao did not look comfortable. Alisson gives him the ball, and they press him enough that they give the ball away. So now's a corner to Croatia. 13 minutes gone, and now Croatia, if they can get a goal here, something to hold on to, Brazil, they're going to have to really up their game. They've started a little bit slowly, still look dangerous because it's Brazil, but Croatia just a bit on top. It's going to be a corner taken by Luka Modric. Alisson barking out orders to his defence. Ball put in by Modric. It's a poor ball. Doesn't even beat the first man. It's Richarlison who heads it away for Brazil. Now it's just a case, can Croatia keep them pinned in? Nice little pass to Kovacic. Through ball attempted to Perisic. And he's beaten to it. It's going to go back to Alisson. Casemiro now gives it away to Modric. Is he going to take a shot on? Modric, he's inside the box, chips the ball into a good area, headed away. But now Casemiro gave the ball away. Really sloppy stuff. It might have gone out for Brazil. No, it's a throw-in to them. Neymar managed to keep it in. And Manju says, thank God it's Friday, but I wish the quarterfinals were Saturday and Sunday. And Rafa Antoine says, been missing the lives because of work and the time difference. Just wanted to big up you, Owen. I watched all the replays with your commentary. Well, I really appreciate that, Rafa Antoine. Thank you for watching, joining in, and being a part of the UV Members Club, part of the UV community. It's much appreciated. And appreciate you can join us live today. Exciting stuff. Here's Danilo. Thiago Silva. And as I said, nearly 15 minutes gone, still 0-0. Croatia probably shading the game so far. But you can't write off or underestimate the Brazilians at all. Qatar. Marquinhos. Militao looks to be moving a little bit more comfortably now than he was previously. Here's Rafinha. Danilo to Casemiro. Tries a ball over the top. Nobody there. And that's a Croatia goal kick. Big game, Miro. It's a big game. We know he's going to show up. It was a bit sloppy on the back. From the back a few minutes ago. But Croatia, they're going to try and play out from the back again, which the first couple of times they did this didn't work out particularly well. But Livakovic, he's not really being pressed that much this time, so he looks a bit more comfortable. Now the pressure comes from Richarlison. Livakovic puts it out to Juranovic, flicks it on, aims for Palisic, manages to do so. Kramaric, and it's easily pressed by Brazil. Danilo. And now it's Thiago Silva. And when they get the ball, Brazil, again, just sort of their defenders passing around the back line, there's not a ton of urgency. And Croatia are happy for them to have it there. Casemiro giving it to Thiago Silva once again. Chris Metcalf says you can tell that the pressure is on Brazil more than Croatia. Maybe it's a case of that. Maybe they're feeling the pressure a little bit. Can they handle it? Casemiro, they've got a team filled with players that handle pressure on the regular. But it's a case of, for their country, on the World Cup, on the biggest stage possible, quarterfinals, in a game they're expected to win, they've got to up their game. Vinicius. Here is Neymar, who, to be fair, has not really started the game well at all, Neymar. But still plenty of time to go. Neymar, once again, skips past the player easily there. That's a lot better. His pass there was poor. He's done that 2 or 3 times. Good acceleration and gives the ball away. Kramaric. Brozovic. Good pass. Brozovic played really well against Japan. I was very impressed. Just kept things ticking over. Does it regularly for Inter Milan in the middle of that midfield. Got good technique. He's just solid. Keeps the game ticking over nicely. Alexander Day says, Owen dealing with the watch along like it's the radio, fully giving us play-by-play. Love it. Well, you know, tried something a bit different. Here's Vinicius outside of the boot. Gvardiol heads it away just to the edge of the box. And there's Rafinha. Won by Souza, but goes out for a throw-in. Just try, you know, try and work on the play-by-play. Do my Martin Tyler. Back to goal, Richarlison. Croatia manages to deal with that. It was Brozovic who won it back. And now, opportunity for Croatia to counter. Here's Luka Modric. Travels with the ball. In the centre circle. Out to Pasalic. Juranovic is making that run once again. He made the opportunity earlier on. Cuts inside. Puts it out to Brozovic. Just manages to find Kovacic. Cuts inside. Is he going to take a shot? Oh. I think it might have actually been Kramaric. And Gvardiol's there to sweep up for Croatia. And to be honest, nearly 19 minutes gone, Croatia are nipping the ball around much better than Brazil are. Brazil are struggling to play between the lines. They're struggling to really link up well with each other. And it's actually Croatia who are much more able to play the ball between the lines, comfortably in the midfield, get counter-attacking opportunities. Juranovic is getting quite a lot of freedom down the right-hand side. And they're looking dangerous. Here's Kovacic once again. Speaking of winning that midfield battle, that's a poor pass. Went for the switch. He aimed for, I think it might have been Perisic. Militao manages to clean it up. But that midfield battle at the moment, Croatia are coming out on top. Casemiro. Thiago Silva puts it out to Militao. And it's Rafinha. And again, it's slow. It's very slow from Brazil. It's kind of walking football because Croatia are very effective at getting people behind the ball. But here's Neymar. Maybe he can split the defense. Vinicius. Going to try and take on Juranovic. Gets into the box. Tries to shift it onto his right foot. Plays it one to Richarlison. Vinicius is blocked. Cleared by Gvardiol. Gavadio, excellent block. First time Brazil has just snapped into life. Vinicius played a 1-2 with Richarlison, took the shot, and it's Gavadio that stops it. Here's Neymar, though. Comfortable shot, saved by the goalkeeper. But it's Vinicius who really might be that spark for Brazil today. Manages to get one-on-one with Juranovic really for the first time. Plays that 1-2 with Richarlison, who can play with his back to goal effectively. Link-up play is good. Just seeing the replay here. Just drives inside to the box. The 1-2 of Richarlison's really nice. And it's a good block from Gavadio. That link-up play by Richarlison's really, really good, actually. Here's Paquetá. Finds Neymar. Oh, very close. He was looking for Vinicius Jr. and the pass just wasn't great. But it's Vinicius is the one. He looks the most dangerous. As I mentioned today, Neymar, his passing's actually been quite sloppy so far. But Vinicius, I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, I think the Real Madrid fans weren't sold on him. I think he's absolute dynamite. He's fast, scores goals in big occasions like the Champions League final. Real quality player. It's Paquetá. Lil Zane says, hello from Indonesia. "21 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Here's Livakovic. Juranovic, who I think's had a good first half, but he's also got to deal with Vinicius Jr., which is going to be difficult. So he's got a really important game going on. Long ball by Livakovic. There's a flick on actually by Palace. There's just no one there. You do get the impression they're maybe missing that sort of number 9 kind of figure, Croatia. Kramaric is playing there today, but he actually played off the left-hand side. Or it might be the right hand. He played off the wing in their last game. But maybe they're just doing that for a better ability to press today. Casemiro. Here's Militao once again. Paquetá. Tries a ball over the top. That should be the goalkeeper's. Keeper maybe should have claimed it. Lovren decided to head it. It's come to the edge of the box. And it's a deflection by Casemiro. It's gone out for a corner ball. Keeper should come for it. Livakovic needs to be more assertive. Lovren saying he didn't hear a shout. That's why he decided to head it. But the keeper had all the time to come out, or at least give a shout to take a touch. But it now leads to a corner. Miscommunication. It's fine margins at the highest level. Brazil corner. Crowd raises their voice. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. 21 likes away from 100. 23 minutes gone. Rafinha corner. Ball put into the box. It's a good one. And Croatia managed to clear it. That should be a foul on Luka Modric. Paquetá on the Croatian talisman. The Croatian captain. Croatia free kick. Brazil just starting to wake up a little bit more now. Here's Lovren. Travelling forward over the halfway line. Still no pressure on him. Pasalic. Lovren still high up the pitch here. Gives it back to Juranovic. Brozovic. That's the key for Croatia, isn't it? They've got such a good midfield three. Technically gifted, solid, good ball players, aggressive too. Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic. Oh, it's got to be a high foot. It has to be a high foot by Danilo. It's got to be a free kick, and it's got to be a booking, to be honest with you. That's a poor, poor tackle. It was a great ball by Modric. Found Juranovic, and Danilo goes in with his really high foot. Take a look at this. It's very dangerous. He skipped past him. That is dangerous. He's given him a booking. There is a case for a red. VAR might have a look at that. Because his foot is right up with his head. That is a nasty, nasty tackle. I mean, he's fortunate. If he makes any more contact with Juranovic, he could have been off there. Terrible defending and really risky. The Croatia bench are furious. And I don't blame them. It's a really bad tackle. You've seen red cards given for that in the Premier League. I'm surprised VAR aren't having a word. You don't want to ruin a quarter-final, and perhaps that's the influence from it, but it's a poor, poor tackle. And once again, it's Juranovic. It's Juranovic getting in behind. He's the one, that right back pushing forward. Danilo can't handle him, but he's on a booking now. Got to walk that tightrope. Nevertheless, Luka Modric with the free kick. Ball into the box. Again, it doesn't really clear the first man. And that's happened twice now. Modric just had a corner, didn't clear the first man. Free kick then, that's an opportunity. Didn't clear the first man. But I think Danilo's quite lucky there, you know. I really do. Maybe, again, it's just fortunate that he doesn't really make enough contact. And Juranovic heads the ball first. And Danilo doesn't make too much contact. But that was really, really, really walking the line. I think Michael Oliver gets the decision right and VAR doesn't have a look at it, but was nasty. Either way, Juranovic, as I mentioned, a couple of times in this game has managed to really get forward a lot, causing Danilo and Brazil problems. And why? Well, it's because you don't really get, Vinicius come back. You don't get Neymar come back. It's on Casemiro to kind of spread himself thin and try and work down the left-hand side for Brazil. Here is Vinicius. Tries to get past Palicic, isn't able to. Kovacic wins the ball back. Brozovic. Header. Oh, ball given away. It's just getting a bit scrappy in there. That's got to be a foul again. I tell you what there. Danilo just pulled back Brozovic. It was cynical. Even the Croatia coach sort of said, well, are we going to do anything about that? Danilo is walking a fine line here. Again, I think Michael Oliver gets the right decision, but Danilo. Here's Neymar. Tackled brilliantly by Kovacic. Excellent tackle. Here's Palicic. He's not got really anywhere to go. Wins a throw-in. Does well. As I mentioned, guys, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Go over 300 people watching. 12 likes away from 100. We can get to 100 easily before half-time. We might even get to 150. We'll be smashing targets. Juranovic with the throw-in. Brozovic. That's a poor pass. It's wayward. Rafinha has it. Michael Oliver, I think, is going to give a free kick. It's Brozovic on Rafinha. It's not a booking. The Brazil players are trying to surround Michael Oliver, suggesting you gave Danilo a booking. Neymar, Richarlison, Casemiro, all trying to protest. It's not a booking. And just explaining on commentary that Kovacic's cut under his eyes, reportedly sustained in the gym. I mean, to be honest, it's a little nudge by Brozovic. It's enough to send him over, but the Brazil players that are surrounding the referee for the slightest of nudges. Free kick to Brazil. Neymar standing over it. Neymar and Rafinha. Neymar puts the ball into the box. Towards the back post. I think it was towards Marquinhos. It was dealt with by Gavardio. Here's Thiago Silva. Paquetá. Casemiro. That's good feet by Casemiro. Rafinha taking up a central position here. Paquetá. Marquinhos. Defensive players getting forward for Brazil. Militao puts the ball in. Oh, it's flicked on. I think it's flicked on. Might be by Casemiro there. Doesn't hurt Croatia though. They're trying to play their way out. They do so. Here's Juranovic again. I told you he's on this right-hand side. Juranovic once more. Keeps travelling forward. Juranovic looks to switch over. Manages to do so. Here's Perisic. He's going to try and take on Militao. Cuts inside. Perisic takes a shot. And it's miles over the bar. But it comes from Juranovic once again. As I mentioned, Juranovic plays a 1-2. Gets up the pitch. Finds the switch to Perisic. And to be honest, you expect better. But for 30 minutes, I would say Juranovic might be the best player on the pitch. Plays for Celtic, but he's absolutely doing fantastic in this quarter-final. And you expect more from Perisic in that position, honestly. You really do. But 30 minutes gone nearly. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. And this is a really fascinating matchup. Really fascinating. 15 minutes to go to half time. 5 likes to go from 100, by the way, guys. Danilo, who is on a booking. Neymar, now that will be a booking, I think, for Brozovic. It's cynical. Brozovic pulls back Neymar. Neymar had broken through. He grabbed his shirt, pulled him back, and now he's got to be careful. He just comes to life, doesn't he? Through the legs. I think they tried to take the free kick quickly. Didn't work out. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not really sure what Brozovic is thinking about doing it as well. Lovren's getting involved with Richarlison. I think Perisic is trying to diffuse the situation. Of course, Perisic and Richarlison, Spurs colleagues. Game needs a bit of bite. It needs a bit of aggression. But now 1 yellow card apiece. Danilo and Brozovic both on yellows. Casemiro, that's a sloppy pass. And here come Croatia. Kramaric plays it a bit behind Sosa. Perisic. And he plays it against his own player. He hit it against Sosa, and now it's a Brazil throw. Militao tries to go long, gives it away straight away again. But now Croatia have nearly given it away. Just a bit of sloppiness. Gavardio, brilliant. Oh, really good play. Keeps travelling with his run as well. Sosa tries to win the free kick, does. Good play by Gavardio. Excellent. Chris Metcalf says Perisic was wasteful there. Junior saying Brazil are a tad frustrated at this point. AB says Rafinha and Paquetá are awful. Guimaraes and Antony in the second half. Be interesting to see if Brazil do decide to make changes. Lovren. Modric. Finds Juranovic again, who, as I mentioned, in this half has been excellent. Modric outside of the boot. Oof. Palisic just manages to keep it. Juranovic goes for that crossfield pass. Alisson comes out to claim it and punches it off the head of Perisic. Good goalkeeping in the end. And Rafinha pinned back by Perisic. See if Brazil can play themselves out of this one. Marquinhos aimed for Richarlison. Doesn't get to him. And Brozovic has the ball back for Croatia. Palisic. Juranovic. Modric. Gives it to Palisic once again. Neymar trying to do some pressing. I think clearly the Brazil coach has told him that right-hand side, you've got to press more. You can't give him that much space. And that's a bit better pressing from Brazil. They've won the ball back. Richarlison tries to skip past Kovacic. Does well. Gavardio. I didn't realise how quick Gavardio is too. He's got some good recovery pace as well. Litkovic, the goalkeeper, picks out Juranovic. Great pass to Pasalic. And Danilo, again, is just rushed out. He was never going to get to it. And this is really finely poised. Modric. Pasalic. Brozovic. Kovacic. Quite interesting here is that in the crowd there in Qatar, you can really hear the Croatian fans. They're starting to make a lot of noise. And Brazil can't get the ball. We're starting to get boos from the crowd, actually. The commentaries are saying it's actually from the locals because Brazil can't touch it. Croatia are just on the ball and they're playing some really good stuff. Kovacic, Brozovic. Said that midfield three know how to keep possession, know how to keep it ticking over. Modric. And write Croatia off at your peril. They seem right up for this. Here's Juranovic, Modric. They're just getting Modric on the ball more and more. He's starting to dictate the tempo. Starting to find those 5-10 yard passes. He looks comfortable. He looks up for it. Manages to find those gaps as well. Gavardio. Here is Modric. Just kind of shanks it out to Sosa. Deals with that as well. Gavardio. And we didn't expect this. Just this bit of possession for Croatia. Given away by Sosa in the end. So he probably looks the most uncomfortable actually player for Croatia on the ball. In the end, all of that possession comes to nothing. But this is a real fascinating turn of events in this first half as we near the 35th minute. Trying to ball over the top are Brazil. And Juranovic needed to be careful. Vinicius was sniffing around him. Manages to clear it out for a throw-in. Danilo with the throw-in. 10 minutes remain to half-time plus stoppage time. Not going to be a lot, you would think. The ball's been in play the majority of the half. Paquetá. Marquinhos. Thiago Silva. Marquinhos once again. Here is Silva. Paquetá. Danilo, who's looked shaky, tries to thread the ball through to Neymar. Neymar manages to flick it to Richarlison. Nearly skips past Lovren. And it's Gvardiol sweeps up once again. Juranovic, it was a short pass, but Paquetá's done a foul on Modric, and it's a free kick. A couple of Croatian players have been really impressed with in this first half. I think Juranovic, of course, has been excellent. Gvardiol just looks so composed. The midfield just looks really, really solid. Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic. Maybe you're looking for a bit more from that front three. I think Kramaric has been pretty non-existent. Perisic, he hasn't really been on the ball that much. That's a good through ball. And Militao manages to deal with it. He was being pressed by Kramaric. Kovacic recovers from a poor touch and gives it back to his goalkeeper. But they've got a couple of really good players, Croatia. And again, I look at that. I look at Gvardiol. Of course, he's not the most experienced player in that back four, but he looks so comfortable. I look at this right-hand side with Juranovic. I look at Modric, who's really getting on the ball more and more. Something in this game. Something in this game. We're 1 like away from 100, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click the like button. See what number we can get to before half-time. Usually the number is 150 before the start of the second half. I think we can get that before half-time. Here's Brozovic. It's gone out for a goal kick. He travelled, and I'm not sure what he was really trying to do towards the end there. He sort of ran out of ideas. Got a bit of a nosebleed being that high up the pitch. The Brazil fans still trying to will on their side. But I think this was not a first half that some people were expecting. Alisson with the short ball. Militao. Ball over the top. And Gvardiol once again. He's got the space. So it gives it a bit of he can't pick. How can he pick it up? That's got to be a back pass. Wow. If it comes off the thigh, you're allowed to pick it up. That is good improvisation. I did not know that rule. So as long as it doesn't come off your foot, keeper can pick it up. Palisic. I thought if it comes off your thigh, you weren't allowed to pick it up. But apparently you can. But I tell you what, in terms of a midfield performance, this Brazil midfield cannot get close to Croatia's. That's a poor pass. I think actually Kovacic wants a foul. Vinicius and Juranovic recovers absolutely fantastically. Juranovic has been immense. I'm not even overstating this or exaggerating this. Juranovic, he just did a recovery run, won the ball back off Vinicius. But he's been absolutely superb. And as I said, Brazil can't handle this Croatian midfield. It's so solid, so technically sound. And because there's maybe two midfielders in Casemiro and Paquetá, they just can't handle the 3v2s and the triangles. But Juranovic in this first half has been absolutely brilliant. Danilo, Neymar. There's Marquinhos. Neymar dropping really deep, actually. He's level with the centre-backs to try and thread the ball through. He does so to Rafinha. But Kovacic wins the ball back. Just a bit more physicality. Pasalic, poor touch, goes out for a throw-in. Brazil got to try and make the most of this. Throws the ball to Neymar. Neymar travelling inside. Gives it to Casemiro. Paquetá. Militao. On Brazil's right-hand side. In this space, Croatia look comfortable, but they might be looking at the clock. Just over 5 minutes to half-time. Marquinhos. Thiago Silva gives it out to Rafinha once again. Casemiro, quick scan. Sees Danilo, who's really far inside at this point. Marquinhos. Neymar. So compact in the middle of the pitch, and that's where Brazil are trying to work through, and it's slow. Neymar tries to skip past. Pasalic doesn't. Pasalic wins the ball back. They're going to give a foul. Foul on Vinicius Jr. And was that Brozovic with the foul? Because he is on a booking. Just needs to be careful. If there is one Brazil player in this half that does look a bit dangerous, it would be Vinicius. And once again, he just fights. He just keeps the ball alive. Wins it. And it was Brozovic. Needs to be a tad careful. Croatia coach a bit frustrated with that one. But now Brazil have a free kick just on the corner of the box. Dangerous settings here because you would think they might put the ball in the box, but this is Neymar. This is Brazil. Rafinha standing over it. They might go for a shot. 4 minutes to go to half-time. Still 0-0. Croatia, really impressive performance in this half. Stifling Brazil. And Brazil just need a little bit of quality, you would think here. But you would think, I think Neymar might take a shot here. I think he might aim for that far corner. I really do. I'm not sure if it will be Rafinha. It looks like it is going to be Neymar. Neymar takes a shot, deflected. Took a little deflection, but actually helped out the goalkeeper. Straight down his throat. See Rivaldo and Roberto Carlos in the crowd. And yeah, it just allows the keeper to have the ball a bit more centrally. Keeper manages to shuffle his feet well enough. And Croatia do well once again. Modric. Playing to Lovren. Back to Modric. Some Brazilian pressure here. But doesn't worry Luka Modric. He gives it out to Souza. Now Gavadio. Who again's looked really comfortable in this game. Left-footed. Switched it across to Juranovic. Good play out by Croatia. Lovren puts it up the pitch. Pasalic is going to try and run onto it. And Danilo doesn't handle it properly. Here's Kramaric. Brozovic. Danilo feels like the weak spot for Brazil, certainly. Gavadio. Kovacic. To Brozovic once again. About 2 minutes left. Plus stoppage time in this one. Kovacic. Modric, good pass. Souza. Perisic might be in behind. Has taken a touch. Good defending. Really good defending. Who is that? Thiago Silva. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. He had to take a touch in the end. Manages to keep it on the pitch. But Brazil give it away. Looks like a player's down. It's Lucas Paquetá. He's not down. He's not head injury. I don't know why the ref stops the game. But Paquetá's holding his ankle. I don't think Michael Oliver should have really stopped the game in that one. Croatia will want the ball back. Just a bit of a knock from Perisic onto him. Knew what he was doing. It's not a foul. Again, I don't really know why Michael Oliver wanted to stop the game there. There wasn't any need to. Looks like it's going to get a drop ball here. We're just seeing Thiago Silva. This is such good defending. Has to take a touch. Manages to keep it in though. And not only manages to keep it in, manages to pass it to Militao. He's such a fantastic defender. Oh, it's a ball over the top. Kramaric, it's got to be offside, surely. Kramaric is in behind. Cleared for a corner. Now it's given offside. You could tell he was off. You could absolutely tell that he was offside. Kramaric. In behind the entire Brazilian back four. Hasn't really got on the ball that much in this half. Again, going to be interesting to see how much time's added on. I can't imagine it's going to be a lot, to be honest with you. But we've got Thiago Silva taking this free kick. 38-year-old Thiago Silva. Absolutely brilliant. Here's Neymar. Tries to find Qatar, doesn't. Gavardio wins the ball back. And it's given a foul to Croatia. Foul on, I think it was Pasalic. 45 minutes. We're going to see how much stoppage time is put on for this one. Modric. Just the 1 minute. That's fair. There hasn't really been any stoppages. I didn't expect much. Lovren. I think the Brazil manager might have to change things here. I think he might have to... I don't know whether he switches to a 4-3-3. Maybe takes a Rafinha off, put Neymar out wide right. Something like that, because they're just getting overrun. Croatia give the ball away, but Modric wins it back. And here's Juranovic. Now, is he going to hit the byline like he has done in this half? Doesn't decide to do it. Plays a 1-2 with Kramaric, who's moved out to the right-hand side. Juranovic once again, more centrally now. Pasalic from a central position. And now it's offside. But that might just about do it for this half. But it's been a real fascinating watch. It's a really finely poised one. I'd rather have this than Brazil blow the team away. And Croatia have been the better side. And that's half-time. So halfway through the match, we've got Croatia 0, Brazil 0, and an argument absolutely can be made that Croatia have been the better side. Remember, Croatia have this record in knockout games that most of the time, the majority of the time, they go to extra time or they go to penalties. I think it's 7 out of the last 9, something like that. And Croatia, as I said, to be honest, you could probably say are the better side so far. And it's been a fascinating watch. Let's have a look at some of the stats here. Get your predictions in, get your thoughts in at halftime as well. Get your comments up on the screen as always. Just to have a quick look at some of the statistics, easy for me to say. 3 shots from Croatia, 0 on target. So Alisson really hasn't been tested in that first half in comparison to Brazil's 5 shots, 3 on target. But I don't think that tells the entirety of the story. Possession's even. Possession's pretty much even. 51% to Brazil, 49% to Croatia. Passes. Croatia have done 265 passes, Brazil 279. Pass accuracy is largely the same, 85 to 89. Yellow cards, 1 apiece. But I think this is one of those games where maybe stats doesn't tell the entire story, because if you watch that first half, you would say, I tell you what, Croatia, they've looked more dangerous, particularly on the right-hand side. I think Juranovic has been excellent on the right-hand side. I don't think that Brazil, not they've been able to handle him, but he's got a lot of space. And the reason he gets a lot of space is because when you play that attacking front 4 in Vinicius, Neymar, Rafinha, Richarlison, it's great going forward, and that's fine. But on the defensive side of things, are they going to work back? Are they going to do a bit of the dirty work? And the answer sometimes kind of no. And because of that, there has been space on the flanks. Because of Croatia playing a midfield free and a strong midfield free, a midfield free that can dominate the ball, can play in tight areas, can keep the ball ticking over. People like Casemiro and Paquetá, they just can't really get close to Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic. So really you're seeing in that midfield free, you're just seeing Croatia dictate the game, dictate the tempo. And I think that Brazil would have assumed going into this game that they would dominate possession and Croatia would sit off. And we haven't really actually seen that much so far. And I've been really impressed with Croatia. I'm not sure really what people were expecting going into this game. I'm not sure what I was expecting going into this game. I think we've been so impressed with Brazil and so impressed with their attacking flair and so impressed with, you know, the players that they've got at their disposal. But this might be a tactical thing. This might be a tactical thing that the Brazil coach at half-time might have to look at this and go, I think I need to change shape. I think I need to add an extra person in midfield. How he does that, he's not going to take off Vinicius because he's probably looked the most dangerous for Brazil in this one. He's not going to take off Neymar because it's Neymar. It might be Rafinha. They might switch to something like a 4-3-3 and they might have to drop an extra person in midfield. Maybe they bring on Bruno Guimaraes. Maybe they bring on a Fabinho or something like that. I'm not sure. But he's certainly got, you know, maybe a Fred. Who knows? They've certainly got options that they need to, I think, load up that midfield a little bit more because they've just been overrun. They've just been dominated. Too big of a word to use, but I just think they've been overrun in that midfield. And I look at Danilo at left back for Brazil. I think he's looked like the weak link so far, and I think Juranovic has had his number on a couple of occasions. Again, that booking was probably just a booking. If he'd have made more contact with the ball against his head, with his foot against his head rather, he could have been in a bit of trouble. But it's a really, really fascinating game. Really fascinating match of football here that I think is very finely poised. And I think that Croatia will come into this and say, you know what? we are well in this game. Really in this game. Of course, Brazil, the quality they've got at any point, they can snap into life a little bit of quality, and they've shown that in very glimpses, in flashing moments in that half. But at the same time, Croatia will be very happy. Gvardiol, you can see he's the real deal. He looks proper quality. There have been a couple of times Brazil have tried that ball over the top, looking for Richarlison. Gvardiol's got him. Gvardiol's got pace. He's got size. He's got composure to play out from the back too. He's only 20 years of age. It's absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, really, really exciting. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Goals for George says Brazil look a bit leggy and Danilo looks sluggish. Axel says nobody deserves to win so far. Goals for George also says Guimaraes in, Rodrigo in, Danilo out, Alexandro in, Rafinha out, Anthony in. Rob says, great commentary. Love it, Rob from New Zealand. Appreciate you, Rob. Appreciate you all joining me for this game. Again, I think this could be going the distance, so we'll be with you all throughout the afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Be sure to smash a like on the like button as well, guys. We're 26 likes away from 150, which is the target. You know me before halftime, so if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Riri saying Danilo is getting run over. Hopefully not physically, in terms of tactically. I didn't put the poll in the chat. Shame on me. Owen, terrible. Who is advancing to the semi-finals? Let's get you guys votes in. Is it going to be, Croatia? They're the home side in this one. Croatia or Brazil? Poll in the chat. You should see that shortly. You can vote on it. And at the moment, I mean, you're probably still going to lean towards Brazil, and they've got difference makers. This might be the time, actually. Going into the tournament, there was so much discussion, wasn't there, about the players, just all of the embarrassment of riches that Brazil have at their disposal. Not only do they've got a superb starting 11, but they've got these fantastic players on the bench as well, world-class players that are playing at the top of the league in whatever leagues they're playing in. They might need them. They absolutely might need them. I was just seeing a tweet from Fabrizio Romano on Juranovic, and it just happened to catch my eye here. So this is interesting. So we were saying how well Juranovic was playing in this game. So Fabrizio Romano tweeted 4 days ago, Josip Juranovic on the radar for many clubs after a strong World Cup for Croatia. Right back, Celtic are open to discussing offers as they've already secured a replacement in Alistair Johnson in case Juranovic leaves in the next transfer windows. He just tweeted a few seconds ago, keep an eye on Juranovic in 2023, one from 4 days ago. So reportedly, Celtic would be open to offers for Juranovic. We need a right back, and I tell you what, in this first half, he's been absolutely brilliant. A fantastic performance from Juranovic. One good game does not make a great player, I know. But a World Cup quarter-final against Vinicius and giving Danilo problems, thank you very much. Man United need a right back. How much are we talking as well? We've got Diogo Dalot, but also as well Juranovic. I mean, it's a shame, as V Cobra says. Too bad we don't have money. That's very true. But Lil Yo-Yo says, look, Celtic had just bought a right back, so they're happy to cash in. Exactly what Romano was saying. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets a move. And if anything, out of all the players looking like they're going to make a difference in that half from Croatia, it really was Juranovic. I'd go as far to say he might be one of the best players on the pitch in that first half. For Croatia as well, you would look at that midfield three, as I mentioned, Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, running the show. Luka Modric, what more needs to be said about him? I know he's won the Ballon d'Or, I know he's won Champions League, La Ligas, you name it. But he's just brilliant. He's just so good. They constantly just give him the ball. Doesn't matter how much space he's in. If it's a lot or if it's not a lot, it's always one touch, 5-yard pass, 10-yard pass, outside the foot. It's just a little flick. He always picks out the right pass. And I've been thoroughly impressed by Croatia. I know people can say, it's boring or they play boring stuff, but I think they've played brilliant. I think they've played absolutely fantastic in that half. The one thing I just think is maybe a little bit alarming for Croatia is I saw Sousa on the left-hand side. I'm not convinced about his ability on the ball from the very fleeting moments that he had. And you're going to probably want more from your front three. If you're the Croatia coach, you would be saying Pasalic, easy for me to say, has done okay in that first half, primarily because he's been based on that right-hand side, which has been getting a lot of the ball. Kramaric, I think that he put Kramaric up front because, of course, Kramaric played on the wings in the last game. I think he put Kramaric up front because he just wanted a bit more mobility. He wanted someone that was going to pressure the Brazil defense. And I think that's why he's in there. But yeah, I mean, he hasn't done particularly great. Perisic, they've probably wanted to see him on the ball more. He did have a shot from just outside the box, skied it over. But they'll be very, very happy. And it's going to be a fascinating second half because Brazil, if they play like that again in the second half, they've got an opportunity of just letting the game slip away from themselves because Croatia will just keep doing their thing, keep ticking over. And you feel like a chance will come. But at the same time, it is still Brazil. A chance can come out of nowhere. They are quality. They've got quality players. But it's a case, I think, of not necessarily a player thing. I think it's a tactical thing. And this is going to be the time, one would think, where the Brazilian coach has to sort of show what he's made of. What are you made of tactically? Do you have the ability just to switch things or tweak things slightly to make those changes that can overrun Croatia in that second half? What else have we got in the chat here? Paul Cook, appreciate you. Paul says, agreed, the right back is playing amazing. Charlie says he's been a great player for Celtic. And again, according to Romano, Celtic are open for offers. You never know. You never know. Riri says, do we got money? Do we have money to get him, Owen? After your show earlier, it doesn't sound like it. Probably not. You know, I think the one signing that I think we will make in January is that striker signing. Well, it's Cody Gakpo. As far as a big January transfer window, I mean, United historically don't do it anyway. So, as I've said, I think it's just going to be the one signing, which I think is going to probably be Cody Gakpo. But, you know, there could be some movement when it comes to the right back. I mean, Aaron Wan-Bissaka linked with a loan out of United to go back to Crystal Palace. I thought Wan-Bissaka was shocking against Cadiz. Likely, you would think he'll probably play tomorrow against Betis, but I don't think he's got a future at the club. I don't think he's got a future under Erik ten Hag, and a right back certainly was something that they were looking for in the summer. Erik ten Hag couldn't get it. We were linked with Serginho Dest at points, and again, it didn't happen. So we'll have to wait and see what we do in January, but I don't think we'd probably be getting there. Lil Yo-Yo says, I'm getting an itch from all the itches in Croatia. Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic. It is what it is. Perisic, Kramaric, Pasalic. It's just the names, isn't it? Goals for George says, we were linked with Juranovic in the last transfer window. His YouTube clip's very good, showing all his skills and at Celtic. He is rarely injured and very fit. Now that you mention it, George, I do recall that. Because I recall making a thumbnail, I think. Or at least like a transfer profile, player profile. You know, we used to do those ones in the transfer view. We'll do them again in January. The transfer view will be coming back in January. Really enjoyed doing that show. And I recall doing Juranovic and doing a Celtic player and looking at it for right back. And I think foolishly, the reaction to it at the time might have been a right back, from Celtic. Oh, I bet he's good. But at the same time, look at that today, international level. If he's playing like that every week, you would argue that he's probably too good for Celtic, and Celtic play some good stuff under Ange Postecoglou. I think he's done a really good job there, actually. And he's brought in some real unknown players, brought some players in from the J-League, from his time there as well. They play some really nice football. But Juranovic, look, if we need a right back, as Junior says, sign him up. Now, again, you don't want to get too carried away because it is just the World Cup, and how many times have people been purchased because of good World Cup performances and not done that well. You know, the World Cup does tend to overinflate prices, but it might be one to look out for. As Nick says, Van Dijk played for Celtic. Well, look, I think, like I said, I think there's sometimes a bit of a snobbery if they come from the Scottish League. How good can they be kind of situation? But he's been absolutely fantastic, no doubt about it. We're 10 likes away from 150, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. As I mentioned, I will be live later this evening too for the really exciting match as well. Netherlands versus Argentina. Really, really excited for that one. So I'll be live 6:45 for that one. The stream is already public, and you don't even have to go anywhere. Once this one ends, regardless of how far we go, whether we go to extra time, whether we go to penalties, whatever, once this stream ends, you'll be immediately redirected to tonight's stream. So what you have to do after that, so you don't even have to do anything. That's what you have to do. You don't have to do anything. Once this stream ends, you get pushed to that one. You can then just leave it open. You can set yourself a reminder. You can set yourself a notification. You can do whatever you want, and then you can join us for this evening's game, Netherlands versus Argentina. We can be on Lisandro Martinez watch. We can be on Cody Gakpo watch. We can be on whatever watch you want. want to watch, but you can watch it with us tonight. United View. It was very smooth, that, wasn't it? So fantastic stuff. 6 likes away from 150. What else are we looking at here in the chat? Thomas said, Croatia is amazing considering it's a tiny country with authentic Croatian players. As they were saying on commentary in that first half, it feels like there's something in the water in Croatia for years. This isn't even like a... I think that's happened in the last, 5, 6, 7 years or so. They've always had good players. Even go back to Slaven Bilic's, etc. They've always had quality players. So I think they're holding a really good account of themselves. It can't be overstated how good this Brazil side is. So to come in at halftime in a quarterfinal in the World Cup and say, actually, they're probably edging it and they're playing the better stuff, I think is a real positive. The Green Fiend says, I reckon Croatia wins on penalties. Croatia's record in the knockout stages speaks for itself. When they play in the knockout stages, what do they play for? They play for extra time. They play for penalties. That's what works for them. 7 out of the last 9 times they've played the knockout stages in major competitions, whether that's the Euros or the World Cup, it's gone to extra time or it's gone to penalties. So don't be shocked if we're in this for the long haul, and given their experience in those extra time penalty situations is exactly what you need. So this is going to be a fascinating second half. Brazil look to be just coming back out onto the pitch. Casemiro standing with Alisson. I wonder what the Brazilian coach said to them at half time. It's been such a good first half. I didn't even barely touch my coffee. Got a nice sort of dark chocolate flavoured black coffee there. Delicious. Riri, he's got the Owen emoji there. I appreciate you, Riri. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in for these World Cup streams. I really enjoy doing these. I really enjoy providing an alternate commentary track and interacting with you guys and chatting and getting us celebrating and watching this fascinating World Cup. So if you enjoyed them, let us know. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments after the game as well. You never know. More might come soon. AJ says, how is the match? Owen just got back from work. A fascinating watch, AJ. Appreciate you joining us. I think we're in for a really exciting second half. Still 0-0, but it's not been a boring 0-0 at all. And Junior, part of the UV Members Club, says, Brazil definitely need to adjust tactics if they're going to do anything. Would appear that there hasn't been any changes, though, either side. You expect that from Croatia. Brazil, we're 1 like away from 150, by the way. So if you haven't already, click that like button. We'd have hit the target. And Richarlison is standing over the kickoff. And we're off. Second half is underway. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. Will we be going all the way? Are we going all the way to extra time? Are we going all the way to penalties? Or will Brazil or Croatia score in this half? Will they prevent it from going to extra time? Well, nice little flick by Rafinha. Goes through the legs of Souza, who I said I felt like might be the weak link for Croatia. Pasalic loses the ball. It's Vinicius Jr. just in behind, goes out for a goal kick though. Fascinating battle between Juranovic and Vinicius. Really, really exciting one. Again, I think Juranovic, as we've spoken extensively about at half-time, has been probably one of the best players on the pitch. But at the same time, Vinicius has probably looked the best for Brazil. Livakovic with the goal kick. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication there from Brazil. And Paquetá's got to chase that one down. Pasalic. He says he didn't foul Paquetá. Michael Oliver disagrees, gives the free kick. It was actually on Marquinhos. Nick McCall with the super chat. Appreciate the contribution. Says, love listening to your commentary, Owen. Makes watching the games better. Very entertaining. Well, I appreciate that, Nick. I appreciate the contribution. Appreciate the nice words. As I mentioned, if you like this kind of stuff, let us know in the comment section after the game. Who knows? More in the future. You never know. Casemiro. Tried to pass it around the corner. It's a poor touch once again from Souza. And here's Rafinha. Down the right-hand side. Passes it. Cuts across. Goal! Oh, it's a good save. It was nearly an own goal. Great save from Livakovic. Gavardio nearly puts it in his own net, and that's the closest we've come to a goal in the game. And as I mentioned at half-time, I felt like Sousa might be the weak link. It's really the first time Rafinha's been able to run at him. Manages to get the pass. And I think, I'm not sure who cut it back across goal, but Gavardio nearly puts it in his own net. They're claiming for a handball. Here's Vinicius. Cuts inside. Neymar turns and shoots. Deflection. Oh, they've made a fumble of it. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Livakovic with the same on Vinicius. Now flag's gone up, but shaky start by Croatia. Lack of communication. Brazil have woken up. The substitutes are now criticising the linesman. I think it's Bruno Guimaraes. He's right in the linesman's ear. Something's going on here. So it's a ball over the top. Vinicius cuts inside. Neymar turns and shoots. It's a really poor shot by Neymar. And it's just poor communication. It looks like Livakovic is going to come out to claim it. The shot from Neymar's poor. It gets blocked by Gavardio. And you think the keeper's going to come. And he just hesitates for whatever reason. No, you can't give that for a handball. They're checking a handball on Juranovic. They cannot give that for handball. They cannot give that for handball. There is no way. If they give this for handball, Juranovic knows nothing about it. His hand is by his side. The ball comes, it's a long ball over the top, falls down. They cannot give that. Check over. I was going to say, it's not a pen. You can't give that for handball. He knows nothing about it. The ball comes. He's got his eyes focused on something else. The ball drops down. His hand's there. You can't give that for a penalty, in my opinion. It wasn't anyway. But we have seen them give them. And whenever they get told, you start worrying. Lovren. Gavardio. Sousa. Well, the second half has started with a bang. Here comes Sousa once again. Travels with the ball. Intercepted by Qatar. Modric puts it out to Juranovic, who again had that concern. Gets up the pitch once again. Modric. Kovacic. Modric once more. Plays it through. Is Perisic. And that'll be a corner. Excuse me, it was Juranovic once again. Juranovic, I'm telling you, he's up and down. He's up and down. I thought he would have been very unfortunate to give that penalty away. But Modric stands over the corner. Nearly 50 minutes gone. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. Now the delivery's got to be better. It's been poor so far. Modric, ball in. It's a bit better. It was Perisic goes for the header. It's going to drop down to Kramaric, puts it across goal. It was cleared in the end. But I think it was Thiago Silva just clears it. But it's flagged offside. Better cross into the box though by Modric. And Kramaric he doesn't manage to get back in line. Now Brazil trying to play it out from the back. Marquinhos. Alisson. Thiago Silva. Puts out to Militao. Goes out for a Brazil throw-in. Militao throw to Paqueta. One back though by Modric. That's got to be a foul. Got to be a foul. Militao this time with a foul on Modric. And Croatia do have the free kick. George says Juranovic is coming to the Prem. He's been excellent. He's been very, very good. But Brazil have threatened. A save from Livakovic in second half, excuse me. It was nearly an own goal from Gavardio. Oh, the ball nearly landed to Kramaric there. Here's Neymar. Picks the ball up from a deep position. Looks to travel with the ball this time. He's got space to run into. Neymar. Maybe just overdid it. He's claiming a foul. I don't think it was. Rafinha's got the ball. And it's poor from Rafinha. And now Croatia got the chance to counter. Kramaric. It lets the ball go out. I mean, Casemiro does well there, but it's really poor from Kramaric. Neymar back on his feet. Judy says, I hope we hear Jim Ross if this goes to penalty. Well, I'm not going to force it. I'm not a performer monkey. Just get excited. Vinicius, who has looked dangerous, but Juranovic manages to deal with that one. Tries a ball over the top. Flick on by Kramaric, but to nobody. Here's Militao. And once again, Croatia standing back into that position, all behind the ball. Brazil look up. Can't really see many canary shirts that are in space. There's one, Neymar. Oh, nearly tried to play it through. Who is it once again? It's Juranovic. Juranovic blocks it. He's still going. Juranovic is now travelling with the ball once more. He might switch it. Perisic is on space. If they can find him on that left-hand side, they're trying to. It does drop to Perisic. He's inside the box. Perisic, ball. It's a good ball. Oh, it's a teaser. It was just too high, but it's a good ball. And who does it start from? Juranovic travels. Now, Brazil are going to make a sub early. Less than 10 minutes. Antony's going to be coming on, I think. There's a ball, I think, from Kovacic and Perisic. It's a good ball. It's a teaser. And it's just too high. You'd maybe say to the fullback, keep following it all the way through to the back post. But Antony, Manchester United's Antony, is going to be coming on. You would think for Rafinha. I would assume it's going to be like for like. Rafinha's been very poor in this game. Not really touched the ball that much at all. But it looks like he's going like for like. We're not going to see, I guess, any kind of tactical change. Thiago Silva. Here is Rafinha. Might be one of his last moments on the pitch. Crossfield pass to Danilo. As I said, in this kind of moment here, it's very slow. It's very lethargic and laborious from Brazil. Neymar tries to skip through Pasalic and Modric. Can't do it. Danilo. Here's Richarlison. Spins Gavadio really well. Through ball. Neymar. He's through on goal. It's a good save by Livakovic. Good save. And it's Richarlison. Really good play by Richarlison. That's where it stems from. Neymar. Big opportunity. Another good save by the Croatian keeper. And I tell you what. Just really good play. Really good play by Richarlison. Plays with his back to goal. Gavadio goes to press him. And he just spins him. He just turns him. It's real good centre-forward play. Now, Juranovic is down, but it's an opportunity for Neymar. Look at this. Just a pass. Ricochets to Richarlison. Back to goal. Spins him. See you later. And it's a real good weighted pass. Neymar, he should do better. He's just trying to slide it. He's trying to slide it. And it's a poor finish from Neymar, actually. Very comfortable for the goalkeeper in the end. But it's really good play by Richarlison. Good centre-forward play. Back to goal. Not only does he spin him, but the weight of pass is perfect to Neymar. And it's going to be Rafinha off and Antony coming on. Big opportunity for the €100 million player. I mean, Neymar's had opportunities in this game so far. It really has. Rafinha off. Antony on. Speaking of which, here is Antony. Passes it to Richarlison. It's a decent pass, maybe slightly overhit. Ball back across goal. Oof. Richarlison did well, but there was no canary shirt in the box. Cleared by Croatia. But already Antony finds that pass that maybe Rafinha wasn't. Good play by Antony. And it's good play from Richarlison. You would probably say to Lovren about the defensive line, too deep. But Croatia managed to deal with it. Kovacic. Brazil starting to grow into this one a bit more. Lovren. That's a good pass. Here is Juranovic. Of course, had an excellent first half. What can he do in the second? Modric. Well, certainly feels like a little bit more. Maybe intensity or creativity from Brazil. But it still feels like they're lacking. Modric. Brozovic. Modric out to Kovacic. That midfield triangle doing its magic once again. And just trying to slow the game down, I think, Croatia here. Just sensing that Brazil are starting to gain some momentum, starting to build up some pace in the game and thinking, let's just slow it down. Let's have some possession, take a bit of the sting out of the game and frustrate the Brazilians once more. And ultimately get closer to their goal, which is get to extra time. Kovacic. Space for Kramaric to go into. Modric. Perisic. Kovacic once more. Modric. Modric switches it out. Here's Juranovic once again. Kramaric. Decent play this by Croatia. Lovren. Modric playing in a really deep role here. He's playing in between the two centre-backs. The definition of a deep line playmaker. Just completely orchestrating the game, orchestrating the midfield. It really is a joy to watch. Juranovic. Brozovic. That's just good play. Brozovic once again. That might have come off a hand. Kramaric. Well, Croatia wanted a handball. It's not given by Michael Oliver. And now Brazil are on the counter-attack. Here's Richarlison. Richarlison tried to play it through to Vinicius Jr. Maybe wasn't the right pass. But now Croatia have a chance to counter. Not really committing people forward. Oh, it's unlucky. They want a foul. It's not given. Over 300 votes. 69% of you say you think Brazil was going to advance to the semi-final. But we're nearly at 60 minutes. Still 0-0. Here's Anthony. He's got to cut inside. We know what he's going to do. Passes it to Richarlison. Tried to spin Cavadio. Didn't work that time. Now it's a goal kick. But you would say Anthony already maybe has made a bit more of an impact than maybe perhaps Rafinha did. We're just seeing the replay. It was Militao that cross goal. And it's Cavadio. He just stuck his leg out. And it's a good save from Livakovic. It's always difficult when the defender does it. It's about how quickly can you react. And Livakovic does very well. Modric. I mean, they just beat the press immediately. Croatia absolutely beat the press immediately. Pasalic to Kovacic. Modric once more. Picking up the ball in those deeper pockets. Now travels forward. Outside of the boot. Oh, he was looking for Kramaric. Looking to thread the ball through the eye of a needle. Qatar really hasn't been on the ball at all in the second half. Here's Danilo. 30 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Trying to hit 200 before full time. Ooh, Neymar was aiming for Vinicius. Brozovic. Oh, look at that. It's brilliant. It's just tight, close control play by Brozovic, Kovacic and Modric. Kovacic, surrounded by yellow shirts, still manages to find Brozovic. Really good. Really, really good play. It's just technique. It's just quality on the ball play. Comfortable in difficult spaces where you're looking around thinking, how am I going to find this pass? Managing to play out of those tight spaces. And it's real quality stuff. Cavadio. Kovacic once more. This is good play. Pasalic. Souza. Kovacic once more. Kovacic goes for the switch. Looking to find. Kramaric does so. Modric. Not much support. Modric. Who can he find? He looks for a foul. He was looking for it. Modric has got to get back up. It was clear he just wasn't surrounded by any white shirts. So he was looking for the foul. Couldn't buy it. Michael Oliver certainly wasn't buying it. Qatar. Now Croatia have won the ball back. Modric once again. Bit of space for Croatia to go into now. Oh, it's poor. Casemiro won it back from Perisic. But then Brazil lose the ball. Croatia still have it. Cavadio. Modric still limping a little bit. Brozovic. Modric. Bit of a short pass. Nearly sold Brozovic out. Manages to get it out to Juranovic. Vinicius looking a bit frustrated with the pressing because he still can't win the ball back. Brozovic. Good ball to Kovacic. He's trying to find that pass to Perisic. Perisic puts the ball into the box. There's no one there, though. Very easy for Alisson, who hasn't had a lot to do, Alisson. I mean, this is the thing, really, isn't it? This is the one thing maybe you would say is for all of the good play that Croatia have had in the middle of midfield with Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic playing well, you would just say Alisson hasn't really been tested. And we got another sub coming on. It might be Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's coming on. Now, the question is, who is he going to be coming on for? Qatar. Danilo. Vinicius. Marquinhos. Thiago Silva. Neymar. Marquinhos. As Junior says, get the likes up, support the boys and girls. Support the channel. If you haven't already, click that like button. That's a good ball by Qatar. Militao keeps it on, ball into the box, cleared there by Lovren. And cleared once again. Well, they're getting quite a lot of joy from that right-hand side in the second half. But Croatia have completed more passes than Brazil. So Rodrigo's coming on, but for who? Well, there you go. That is a surprising one. Vinicius Jr. is being taken off for Rodrigo. And that, I think, you know what? That's a credit to Juranovic at right back for Croatia. Because you could argue he's essentially marked Vinicius out the game. And that's no mean feat. One of the best wide players in the world hasn't been able to barely get a kick. And that's because of Juranovic's excellent defensive work. And it's not working. So a sub has been made. Both wingers have been taken off. Rafinha off for Anthony, Vinicius off for Rodrigo. So a credit to both Juranovic and Souza from Croatia. Here's Anthony. Qatar gives it to Militao. Surprised he took Vinicius off though, because even though he wasn't having the best of joy against Juranovic, he still looked dangerous. Here is Rodrigo. Neymar. That's probably a foul. It's a foul by Brozovic. And he got to be careful. That's two now. That's a couple of tackles by Brozovic. He is on a booking. You would argue he might have one more left in him before he gets a second yellow. It's not enough to give him a second yellow to really change the game like that. Brozovic has got to be careful though. Your manager would either be thinking, do we take him off or do I have a word? 2 fouls since the booking. 65 minutes gone. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. It's going to take a shot, it looks like. Blocked. I think it was was that Marquinhos? It was Casemiro. Casemiro with a free kick. Casa! I've never seen that from you. Free kick. About 30 yards out. He looks furious. Here's Rodrigo. Cuts inside. Deflection. Or nearly falls to... It's Qatar! Good save by Levakovic again. Levakovic with another good save. It's Qatar this time. It just ricochets. It bounces back and forth, falls to him. He just manages to try and flick it. He gets a bit lucky. And it's a good save. Keeper's out quick. Makes himself big. Blocks it. Corner to Brazil. Neymar stands over it. Neymar. Ball into the box. Nearly ricochets in. Oof. Cleared away by Croatia. Brazil getting closer. You feel like the momentum is just inching. Casemiro. Militao. Deflected into the box. Croatia deal with it. Here is Brozovic. Can't take too much time on the ball. Gives the ball away. Here's Rodrigo. Marquinhos. Anthony. Dazzling feet against Souza. Casemiro. Anthony. Puts it out to Marquinhos. Here's Rodrigo, who has got space on that left-hand side, cuts back inside once more. 2 players of Croatia standing up, one being Juranovic. And Juranovic has to be slightly careful. But some good saves from Lavakovic in goal for Croatia. Ball into the box, aims to the back post. Could have left that. It didn't work. Here's Pasalic. He's going to try and go past Rodrigo. He does. Kramaric trying to hold up the ball. Really good play. Modric's got to be careful. There's a player on. Of course, he knows they're there. He's got 20/20 vision. And they've won a free kick. And it's a booking. Did he book Casemiro? He booked Big Game Miro. How dare he? How dare he? It is cynical. But I think it was a bit harsh. I can't recall another free kick that Casemiro's given away today. I don't know about that. AB says Lavakovic, 10 out of 10 with his audition today. Precious says Brazil all the way. 18 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. In the poll, 400 people voting. 70% say Brazil are going to advance to the semi-final. At the moment, we still don't have an answer. We still don't have a goal. Gavadio. Flick on by Perisic is going to go back to Alisson, who, as I mentioned, really hasn't been tested at all. But substitutions look like they're going to be made on for Croatia. Movement on the Croatian bench. Be interesting to see who is changed as Marquinhos travels out of the defence. Neymar. I mean, obviously you can't take off Neymar because you can't. There is Neymar, tries to force a ball through. Gavadio deals with it. But it's interesting to note that the 2 wingers that started the game, Vinicius and Rafinha, both have been taken off. So really, the inclination is that front 4 hasn't done enough, particularly those wide players. I was surprised by Vinicius because I really did feel like he did look like he was going to make something happen. That's going to be a Croatia throw. Modric does really well. But looks like Bruno Petkovic is going to come on for Croatia. We don't know who for just yet. Substitution hasn't happened. Here's Gavadio. Kovacic. Gavadio once more. Gives it to Kovacic. Kovacic. Nice little switch to Lovren. It's a better pass. Modric. Switches it out to Kovacic. Pressure from Antony. Oof. And he gave a foul. He gave a foul for Antony's tackle on Kovacic. Perisic. Brozovic once more. 70 minutes passed. And still 0-0. Brazil had the better chances. Tested the keeper a couple of times in this second half. But still no goal. And 2 substitutions are on the touchline. So we are going to see some substitutions for Croatia shortly. Modric. Oh, look at that. It's so tidy, neat play. He makes it look so simple, doesn't he, Modric? It's just incredible. It really is unbelievable to watch. He's telling some of his teammates where to go as well, who to pass to. He's dictating the tempo and he's dictating the play on the ball and off of it. Modric outside of the foot. Brilliant pass to Juranovic. Cuts it back. Kramaric, he's inside the box. Took a shot. It was blocked by Rodrigo, who does look more willing to get back than maybe Vinicius. Maybe that might be why. And it's Croatia appealing for a free kick. It never was. But 2 substitutions are coming on. I think it might be Kramaric coming off. I did mention a couple of times in the game that Kramaric, I felt like he had started because the Croatian coach wanted maybe more mobility up front. But actually, we've noticed he's actually shifted out wide on a couple of occasions. And Pasalic has actually become the de facto striker. So it looks like they are actually going to bring on the striker now. Because they want that height once again. They want that focal points to play off of. So Kramaric, easy for me to say, comes off. And it's Petkovic coming on. And Vlasic also comes on. Petkovic was really poor, actually, against Japan. Hopefully he can put in a bit of a better performance. I think the expectation is that he can hold up the ball, get the ball onto him at set pieces, if and when Croatia win them. Got to put a shift in, though. Can't afford any passengers in this Croatia side against Brazil. But 18 minutes remain between now and possible extra time. And then 30 minutes, and we could be heading all the way to penalties. Thiago Silva. Anthony. Militao. Finds Paquetá. Neymar. Rodrigo. Gives it to Militao. Here's Anthony. Now, he could cut inside onto his left. We know he likes that. He's gone down. Michael Oliver says, get up. He says it's a dive. Oliver said he dived. We'll have to wait and see a replay of that. But if he's saying get up, then surely he should book him or give a foul for a dive. He hasn't. Neymar. Juranovic once again. Juranovic once again. Rodrigo. Neymar. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. It's just doing a bit of time wasting. I think Neymar's been actually really poor. That's a dive. The thing is, it's a dive from Anthony. Obviously, look, he's Manchester United guy, so I've got to back him. But at the same time, he should be booked for that. It's a clear dive. And realistically, Michael Oliver should give a free kick the other way. It's a really blatant dive by Anthony. I think Neymar has been really poor in this game too. I think he's been sloppy on the ball. He's given the ball away. I can't recall many connected passes. Kovacic, good touch. Souza. Oh, it's poor by Kovacic. Takes his eye off the ball, goes out for a throw-in. It's very cheap. Just over 15 minutes remain in this one. Again, you wouldn't probably expect too much stoppage time. There haven't been many stoppages in this one. Oh, Militao. I mean, he gets a shove in the back from Perisic, but he goes down so dramatically. It's just about a foul. Militao. Cecil G. Thiago Silva with a free kick. Aims for Richarlison. Nearly spun Gavardio. He's done it a couple of times in this game. Lavakovic clears it. Modric, great touch out to Juranovic. Brozovic gives it out to Gavardio. Red Baron says, Man United players don't dive, Owen. Wow. Only when he plays for Brazil, not when he plays for us. Rodrigo wins the ball back. Still travelling with it. They can't get near him. Richarlison's found Neymar once again. Neymar! It's another save. Another save again from Lavakovic. And I tell you what, it's exactly the same move. It's Richarlison once again, finds Neymar. The weight of pass is good, but Lavakovic off his line quickly, makes the save. Closes down the angle. Neymar should do better. Richarlison does really well, but it's Lavakovic to the save once again. Same story we've seen in the second half. Neymar with the corner. Ball in. And Croatia look like they're going to clear it. That's got to be a foul. Modric's taken out. And a booking to Paquetá. That might be Marquinhos. But either way, Neymar again. I think he's been really poor. Got to give credit to the goalkeeper. Because he makes the save. Look at this. I mean, it must be said, Richarlison, his centre-forward play is actually really good. A couple of times, he just gets the ball in, plays on the half-turn, finds the winger, One-on-one with the keeper, and Livakovic gets out. He's given a foul. Oh, that's harsh. Very, very harsh. Brazil free kick. But Neymar's the one. He's had opportunities in this game, but Livakovic has been there to make the save every time. And the finishing hasn't been particularly great, it must be said too. Marquinhos, who now does have a booking. 3 Brazilian players currently on yellow cards. Danilo, who hasn't seen much of the ball at all in this second half. Casemiro and Marquinhos. Croatia still yet to have an attempt on target. They've had 5 shots. As I mentioned, Alisson hasn't had to make a save the entirety of this game. About 12.5 minutes remain. Still 0-0. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. Neymar travelling with the ball once again. Here's Rafinha. Plays off Neymar again. Oh, just a little bit too far from Richarlison. Brozovic, really good play. It's got to be a free kick. Richarlison just gives the free kick on Brozovic. Well, and clearly Brazil are making the much more concerted effort to win this game in the regulation time. Once we're getting closer and closer to extra time, Croatia can see penalties on the horizon and they're licking their lips. And Brazil, they're starting to get worried. Petkovic. Good hold-up play. Kovacic. Outside of the foot, he was looking for Perisic. Maybe a bit too much. Red Baron says, have you ever seen Chappelle's Show? When Marcel speaks with De Gea versus Dubravka, I feel like Marcel comes across like the Tyrone character. Well, like, do you think Dubravka should play? Modric. Oh, he's going to travel with it. Modric. Petkovic. He just held up the ball. You've got to find the pass. You've got to find the pass. You've got to get up and you've got to do more. He doesn't do enough. Here comes Rodrigo. Modric did really well. And Petkovic didn't do enough. Militao. Anthony. Can he get past Souza? Once again, he's one-on-one. Oh, he went through his legs. He's done really well. It's not a free kick. Ball into the box. Back post. Rodrigo. Rodrigo looks so... Paquetá took the shot. And it was straight down the throat of Livakovic. And he holds it on the second time. Anthony does really well. Real good bit of skill from Anthony. Goes through Souza's legs. See you later. How it wasn't given as a foul, I don't know. But it's a great bit of play. Anthony, you saucy devil. You saucy red devil. Little flick flap through the legs. Brilliant. Now the Brazil crowd have woken up. And now we're starting to hear the noise. Now we're starting to hear the noise from that Brazilian crowd. We're 3 likes away from 200, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button. The aim's for 200 before the full-time whistle. So we can get that. Then we can get the 250. Alisson. Less than 10 minutes remain. Croatia 0, Brazil 0. Can Croatia once again take a side to extra time in a knockout game? Brazil, one of the favourites, if not the favourite for the entire tournament. Knocking on that Croatia door. Saves by Livakovic from Neymar on multiple occasions. One thing I would say is I feel like that Petkovic up front for Croatia might be a bit of a liability. I don't know if I trust his work rate or his ability on the ball. Anthony, who I think has got Souza on toast. It's a poor pass by Anthony. But I do feel like on a one-on-one, he's got that Souza every time. AB says, get them papers ready for Livakovic or Juranovic to United. Junior says, Livakovic is great. Rodrigo, Casemiro. Big game Miro, Casa. Puts it out to Rodrigo on the left-hand side for Brazil. Rodrigo. Casemiro. Ball into the box. Flick on by Richarlison. Goes out for a goal kick. Been a really good battle between Richarlison and Gvardiol. I must be said, I do think actually Richarlison's done well. I've been quite impressed by his centre-forward play. He's got a good link-up play, can play with his back to goal. I've been impressed by that. I got given credit. At the same time, it's just I think Gvardiol's just done enough every time. Here comes Rodrigo. They've won the ball back cleanly, say the referee. Oh, it's good play. Oh, it's got to be a foul. Has to be a foul. Good play by Vlasic. Perisic says he wants a booking. And we're going to see another sub for Brazil. It's going to be Pedro. Pedro is a striker. Again, who he's going to be brought on for, I'm not sure. Unless they put another player up front. I can't imagine they'd risk it. They're taking Richarlison off. Wow. Tite hasn't changed a thing in terms of shape, and I'm surprised by it. Pedro on, Richarlison off. And again, the last couple of subs, I'm really surprised by. Vinicius and Richarlison, I think, did all right in this game. I thought Richarlison's link-up was quality. It's funny, again, you look at that front four, Vinicius, Rafinha, Neymar, and Richarlison started the game. 3 of them have been taken off. The only person that remains is Neymar, and Neymar's playing the worst out of all of them, but you can't take Neymar off because he's a talismanic figure. But I'd argue Neymar was far more deserving to come off than Vinicius or Richarlison in that game. Kamali says no Martinelli is a crime. TBH. It's probably fair. You know, I think, again, that front 4-3 are off. Long throw in for Croatia. Just less than 6 minutes remain. Juranovic with a throw. It's a good one. I tried to turn him. Vlasic, he's in the box. Blocked. Neymar. Good tackle by Kovacic. Thiago Silva's playing it back to Alisson. It was tight and it's gone out for a throw-in. Good pressure by Croatia. Croatia do well. And he wants to swap the balls, Perisic. He wants a dry ball because he wants a long ball, a long throw-in. And they're going to aim, of course, for Petkovic. Good height. Well, he doesn't load up the box. Souza, you've got to get the ball in the box. Don't waste it. Here's Souza. Now you've overrun it. Now you've got to be careful. Here's Anthony. Rodrigo. Aiming for Neymar. Neymar travels with it. Goes back to Neymar. Casemiro. That's space. It's space. Oh, it's really good play by Petkovic. Really good play. Anthony cuts inside. You know what he's going to want to do. Edge of the box. Militao shot blocked. Straight wide. It's given for a corner. Militao. And it stems from a stupid short throw-in from Perisic. He looked like he was going to load it into the box. He goes short to Souza. They give it away and it allows Brazil to counter. It was a waste. Anthony stands over the corner. About 4 minutes left. Anthony, ball in. It's a terrible corner. It's a terrible corner. He like side-footed it. Now Croatia are going to try and get out here. Oh, and it's a poor pass. Goes out for a Croatia throw-in. Less than 4 remain. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Over 400 people watching. Let's see if we can get to 250. We're 41 likes away. If you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe too. Extra time would appear on the horizon. They could do with him right now. That's R9 in the crowd. Souza with the throw-in. Militao wins the header. Gvardiol really in a battle with Pedro there. It's gone out for a goal kick anyway. Pedro really wrestled with Gvardiol. Pedro wants a free kick. Referee Michael Oliver says no. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I feel like. They both got hold of each other. I feel it'd be harsh to give a free kick for that. It is Lovren. Gavardio. You're starting to hear the rumbling from the crowd. Brazil fans realise we're in pivotal stages here. Kovacic. Antony putting pressure on. Gavardio passes it to Brozovic, who is still on a booking and has managed to actually temper his fouls since that sort of last warning he got from Michael Oliver. Brozovic gives it out to Modric. We are in real crunch time here. Any goal would result in the other team being eliminated, you feel like. Kovacic. Modric. Kovacic once again. Some space here. What's he going to find? Looks for Souza. Can't thread the ball through. Perisic does win the ball back. Souza tries to get the ball into the box. Edge of the box. Petkovic. Oh, I couldn't get the ball out of his feet. Juranovic. Brozovic once more. Kovacic. Gavardio. Brozovic. It's a poor... Oh, nearly went out. Brozovic. I tell you what, Souza, does really well because Brozovic wasn't getting there. Brozovic once more. Gavardio. Modric. Not long remain. About 90 seconds. Lovren. Modric. Goes for the switch. He finds Perisic. Oh. Souza. Can he deliver the ball into the box? It's a poor ball by Souza. You expect a better delivery. Brazil on the counter-attack. Neymar finds Rodrigo. He might be able to get in behind it. Rodrigo. Oh, it's done well. Gavardio just manages to nick it away from Antony. And Kovacic might just clear his lines here. Plays it calmly. They're looking to play out from the back. And Gavardio, look at that. Really cool play by Croatia. But it's given away by Petkovic again. He's done that a couple of times. You're on the pitch to hold it up. You can't do it. Neymar. Oh, nearly manages to float it through to Pedro. Souza heads it away. But you'd say to number 16 for Croatia, Petrovic, the ball's going to come up to you. Hold the ball up. That's what you're there for. Don't give the ball away. Take pressure off your teammates. Just walks around like a lumbering giant. Neymar. Finds Antony. Ball into the box. Headed away by Gavardio. 5 seconds remain until we find out what added time it's going to be. Casemiro. Paquetá. 4 minutes of injury time is going to be added on. Antony. Militao. Out to Neymar. Edge of the box. Finds Rodrigo. Puts it back in. It's gone out. Blocked by Juranovic. And it's a corner ball. Brazil corner in the 91st minute. The Brazil crowd are trying to wake their team up. Rodrigo's going to stand over it. Can Croatia make it to extra time once again? Rodrigo. Corner ball in. It's a good ball. It's headed away. Perisic heads it out. Some Brazil fans are nervous. You can start to hear faintly in the background, actually, the Croatian fans. Because they know what happens when their team gets to extra time. Thiago Silva. Militao. Casemiro. Oh, Brozovic nearly slipped up. They managed to clear, though. This is, again, where you'd want to see Petrovic. You use your weight. That's better. That's better. Oh, just gave up. He just gave up. Keep putting the pressure on. I must be said, I'm not impressed by Petrovic at all. I'm really, really not. Souza wants the handball given against Antony. Free kick to Croatia. 2 minutes 20 remain. Croatia, happy to think about that extra 30 minutes of extra time. Will we see penalties? Again, in the last 2 3 o'clock kickoffs, they have gone the distance. One of those games was Croatia's game. Could we see another one today? Gavadio. $29 likes away from 250, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button. See if we can get to 250. Gavadio. Switch out to the wing. It's a good touch. Brozovic. Puts the ball in. It's deflected. Headed by Marquinhos. Right up in the air. And it's a good touch by Rodrigo. That might be a foul by Modric. I think Modric might get a booking. It wasn't cynical because he did try to win the ball back. But he's not gonna book Modric, it looks like. But Thiago Silva getting Rodrigo back up to his feet. I think Thiago Silva's saying we can still get this one in the 60 seconds that are remaining. Neymar. Puts out to Thiago Silva. It's Marquinhos, excuse me. Neymar. Here is Paquetá. Anthony. 30 seconds remain. Anthony looking to square up to Sousa once again. Cuts back inside. Takes the shot. Very, very, very easy for the Croatian goalkeeper, Livakovic. He's made several saves in this game so far. That's the easiest of them all. And that should be all she wrote. And indeed it is. We are heading to extra time. We have an extra 30 minutes in this one. It might go all the way. It might go to penalties. But first, we've got 30 minutes once again. Because it's Croatia 0, Brazil 0. It's what Croatia wants. Whenever it's Croatia in the knockout stages, what do we go to? We go to extra time and possibly we go to penalties. But as of right now, at the end of the 90 minutes, it's Croatia 0, Brazil 0, extra 30 minutes to come. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Brazil come into it more in the second half, have the better of the chances, but this is what Croatia wants. This is what they do. This is probably, let's face it, their intention from the beginning, from the opening kickoff in this match. They wanted it to go to extra time because that's what they do. Now, instead of being 7 out of the last 9, it's 8 out of the last 10 have gone to extra time. The question is, will it go to penalties? Will it go to penalties? If it does... And Brazil know now. Brazil absolutely know. They know that this is what Croatia do. They know this is the game plan. This is how Croatia got to the World Cup final 4 years ago. They're more than capable of doing it again. They've managed to stifle the Brazilian attack. 3 out of the 4 attacking players that started this game for Brazil have been taken off. Richarlison's off for Pedro. Vinicius Junior's off for Rodrigo. Rafinha's off for Anthony. The one that remains is Neymar. He's had the chances. And it's been Livakovic in goal that's been making the saves. I mean, I think Brazil played better in the second half. Much better than they did in the first half. I thought Croatia did well. But second half, even though they've sort of had chances, I still feel like Croatia have been fairly comfortable. And to be honest with you, even if Brazil get through, because we're, once you get into extra time, we're saying, oh, Croatia are through. They're not. They've still got 30 minutes of defending to do, plus penalties as well. Even if they don't get through, I think the other teams in the competition will look at Brazil in this game and say, you know what? We can do something there. We can do something in there. We can pressure them. We can stifle them. We've got to have more in midfield than they do. I mean, it's quite impressive that Tite actually hasn't changed the system at all. Yeah, he hasn't changed the system whatsoever. In the first half, the midfield was overrunning Brazil. Somewhat they didn't in the second half, I guess, because Brazil were able to pin them back a bit more. But he just went like for like. Every substitution, he went like for like, and it hasn't paid much of a difference so far. You've still got 3 Brazilian players on yellow cards as well. So this is that's quite disturbing. That person in the marks, someone in the crowd dressed up as Vecna. Do they need that? They need to get Luka Modric and lift him up like Vecna, crack his bones. then they might struggle. But we're getting an extra 30 minutes. Let me reset the clock. There you go. And these extra 30 minutes are going to be coming up. Remember, you do get an extra substitution in halftime. So we could see even more subs happening here. But, you know, for those that will say that, you know, Croatia are boring or Croatia are dull, this is what you have to do. What do you expect Croatia to do? Do you want Croatia to come out and be playing progressive attacking football, playing open attacking football against Brazil? Because they'd lose, they get battered. This is how Croatia can win this, and this is how Croatia can advance later on into the competition. So this is what they do. We've had nearly 700 votes. The question was who is advancing to the semi-finals. Still 69% of you saying Brazil will advance. The question is, will they get that goal in extra time? Goals for George says, is Mandzukic part of the coaching team? It would appear so. I think so. Yets DJ says we need penalties. They're entertaining. Nitin, 30 more. King's going to go to bed. Well, Brazil once again in the huddle. Can Neymar Jr. be effective, or can Croatia do it again? As we're just moments away from the first half of extra time kicking off. We're 9 likes away from 250, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. A reminder, I will be live at 6:45 for the Netherlands versus Argentina. At the end of this stream, you'll be directed there, so you don't even have to go anywhere. Michael Oliver just chatting with Neymar in the centre circle. But Pedro and Neymar standing over the ball. No extra changes made. And the first half of extra time is underway. So for the third consecutive 3 o'clock game, we have gone to extra time. Here's Militao. Marquinhos. And I mentioned at halftime, I mentioned after 30 minutes, this was going to be a fascinating game. And this really has got really interesting. And this hangs finally perfectly in the balance. Are we going to go the whole distance? That is the question. 30 minutes of football before the penalty shootout. 2 likes away from 250, by the way, guys. Switch. I think Sousa will try and see that ball out. He doesn't in the end. I think he could have. It's gone out for a corner, though, to Brazil. Just enough pressure by Anthony. I think he could have seen it out. Anthony stands over this. He took one corner towards the end of the second half, and it was poor. But it's going to be Neymar that stands over it. Brazil trying to G up their players. Militao talking to his teammates. Neymar's going to stand over this corner. It is Neymar Jr. Ball into the box. There is a header to it. Oh, it's Pedro. Just couldn't direct it towards goal. Managed to flash it across goal, though. And Lucas Paquetá. That's not a foul. Now, he picked up. That could be a... I don't think that's a foul. He's trying to buy a free kick. Paquetá's down, so he's given a throw-in. Technically, the ball was in play. He picked up. Should have been a handball. I don't think it's a foul. He might roll his ankle, to be fair, or his knee. We're seeing Pedro's header. He flashed it across goal. Maybe Paquetá's just jarred his knee or twisted his ankle. But it's a throw-in to Croatia. Juranovic is going to take it. Juranovic with the throw. Says, I'm not going to go short. Tries to throw it up the line. Vlasic. I think he does well. Oh, he's given a free kick. Thiago Silva with a short free kick. Marquinhos. Now the road to 300 likes, by the way, guys. 47 to go. You know what to do. Sousa. Really interesting battle of Anthony. It's a Croatian throw and he's right back to his feet. And Anthony is furious. Absolutely livid. He's right out of go at the linesman there. It feels like he was fouled by Souza. To be fair, you can understand why. I think that probably was a foul. Yeah, he sort of fish hooks him. He got his finger in his mouth. That's got a foul. I'm not even sure it's COVID friendly. Has he sanitised his hands? Well, that's going to be a foul to Croatia. Can understand why Anthony was upset. Lovren. Lovren once more. Levakovic. He's been so impressive in this game for Croatia in goal. Gvardiol. Levakovic. Not the best kick from him, actually. Oof. Gets away with it, though. Gvardiol. Oh, look at that. Little chip over Anthony's leg. Sosa. Perisic. Just ricochets. Here's Petkovic. Gives the ball away. I mean, literally, Petkovic, that's a foul. That is a foul on Anthony. And now he's really annoyed because that's the second time Sousa's fouled him. I think Sousa's got to get in the book. Sousa's getting physical with Anthony. It's gone through his leg. It's the second time he's done that in this game. Anthony's gone through the legs of Sousa twice, and he doesn't like it. But that Petkovic up front, I don't like to write people off, and maybe he's going to get a goal, I'm not sure. But he's been rubbish. He's been absolutely rubbish. Neymar. Danilo. Ball into the box. It's really poor. Goes out for a goal kick. See Neymar with a foul on Brozovic. Just showed a ton of replays of this foul by Neymar on Brozovic. I mean, that's about 3 goes on him. Kicks out a little bit at him as well. Lovren. Oh, that's close. Levakovic in goal once more. Gvardiol. Gives it to Kovacic. 5 minutes gone in the first half of extra time. 10 minutes remain. Of course, we've got a second half in extra time of another 15 minutes before a penalty shootout. Modric. Ball given away, though. Marquinhos does really well. Here's Qatar. Militao. Anthony. He's got Sousa on toast. See you later. Spins him once again. That is 3 times in this game he's gone past him. Sousa can't handle it. That's why Sousa's fouling him. Cuts inside once again. Anthony, it's a good pass. Qatar. Shifted out to Rodrigo. Rodrigo's going to take a shot. He fainted like he was going to. Danilo. Ball into the box towards the back post. Sousa heads away. That's better by Petkovic. Uses his body nicely, but gives the ball away again. Petkovic, what do you do? Apart from give the ball away. Anthony, one-on-one with Sousa again. He can't handle him. Ball into the box. Towards the back post. Neymar flicks it back across goal. Oh, everything's coming from Anthony now. He's got Sousa on toast. Oh, it's a nearly past to Neymar in the box. It's a clash of legs. And Modric wins a free kick for Croatia. I mean, we've got a long 24, 23 minutes for Croatia. Because Anthony, look at that. Spins Sousa. Absolutely spins him. And you can see why Sousa was fish hook in his mouth. Because he can't get anywhere near him. He needed something to hang on to. Didn't think it was going to be his gums. Brozovic fouled. Free kick to Croatia. Tite shouting instructions to his players. Modric. Kovacic to Juranovic. That was a heavy pass. Modric, great touch. Brilliant ball to Brozovic. Fires it into I think it was Casemiro, wins it back. Vlasic has done well since he's come on. But Petkovic, my word. Now, Alexandro's going to come on, I think, for Danilo. I did say that Danilo hasn't really touched the ball that much in the second half, and he's had a couple of deliveries in this first half of extra time that have been poor. Maybe Tite wants a bit more. He's obviously seen something on the left-hand side that he likes, and he feels that Alexandro could contribute to. Danilo. Might be one of his final touches of the ball. Marquinhos. Thiago Silva. Marquinhos once more. Croatia getting everyone behind the ball. Neymar. Pass to Thiago Silva. Neymar once again. Rodrigo. Looking to take on Juranovic. Rodrigo, it's a teasing ball in! Oh, just wide of goal. And it was a really good ball by Rodrigo. It just needed attacking. It needed just the slightest touch on it. But it's such a teasing ball into the box. I think Sousa just done enough. He tracks the run of Paqueta. Look at it. He just reacts quick enough. It's good defending. Sousa does really well. Just before Rodrigo puts the ball in, he notices that Paqueta's coming in. And he just manages just to get across him. Just enough to make him go down so he can't approach the ball. Here's Vlasic, who has looked lively since he's come on. Scrapping with Marquinhos, holds the ball up really well. That's good play by Nikola Vlasic. Modric. Vlasic. Tries to put the ball into the box. Cleared by Marquinhos. Kovacic does well. Well, according to the referee, gave a foul away. I think that might be a bit harsh, but it's a push in the back. Danilo. Nearly at 10 minutes in extra time, the first half of extra time, in the first quarter-final of the FIFA 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Danilo. Good play by Pedro. Rodrigo. Outside of the foot, ricochets, cleared away there by Lovren. Come out to Militao. He might take a shot. Thinks against it. Anthony. Once again, cutting in off the right-hand side. It's 2 versus 1. He's got to beat 2. He's got to do something. Militao. Anthony once again. Now he goes up against Sousa, who he's had the better of, but goes back to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, ball in. Oh, he tries a scissor kick. Oh. I think, was that Pedro or was it Neymar? Tried a scissor kick. It was Pedro. It doesn't get contact, but he's got space. No one expects anyone to try that 10 minutes into extra time in a World Cup quarter final. He tried it, didn't pay off. Be sure to smash a like on the like button if you haven't already, guys, as well. Be sure to subscribe too. We're 38 likes away from 300, so if you haven't, let's see if we can hit 300. Anything's possible. Gavadio. Lovren. Vlasic. Modric. Sousa. Perisic. Hasn't been on the ball that much today, Perisic, really, has he? That's good play. Kovacic, he's going to travel with the ball here. Keeps travelling. Kovacic, can he go all the way? Kovacic, oh, blocked in the end. It's Thiago Silva. Who else? Who else is it? That's what he does, Thiago Silva. Such a good defender, isn't he? Anthony. Now Brazil might be on the counter-attack here. Militao. Puts it across. Rodrigo in the central position. It was actually Neymar. That's a brilliant tackle by Lovren. Absolutely brilliant. And here comes Croatia. Petkovic. It's all by himself. There's no way. Petkovic. Oh, he's gone through his legs. Petkovic cuts inside. Gives it back. Is he going to take a shot? Oh, he's put it over the bar. Unbelievable play by Petkovic. It's Brozovic. Skies it. Look at this by Petkovic. I've been slagging him off the whole game. Looks like he's going nowhere. Through the legs. Rolls it through the legs. Sets Brozovic. He can run onto it. He can run onto it. Oh, can't keep it down. Oh my goodness. Petkovic, where did that come from? He's so slow. He's so big and so slow. And he literally just rolled it through the legs, laid it off. What a chance. It's Neymar. I think he was offside. I tell you what, Neymar, I mean, he might do something out of nothing, but he's been shocking. Been really poor. Modric picks the ball up in the centre circle. Modric tries to thread that ball through. It's going to be Sousa, might make it. Oh, he's beaten to it though, just enough. Anthony, look at the pace. Look at him go. Anthony, Modric is trying to keep up. I don't think he can. Oh, Anthony's looked lively since he's come on. It's gone out though. Brazil throw-in. And look at Anthony squaring up to Perisic. They're talking smack. Yeah, let's see some aggression, guys. Anthony showing that aggression. Showing that shithousery. But at the same time, some of the Brazil players might have to say to him, look, calm down a little bit. Because that's what Perisic is trying to do there. Rodrigo up against Juranovic. He has been able to pin back Juranovic, I think successfully, since he's come on. Danilo. Oh, my dear. Danilo. Absolutely skies it over the bar. And we're heading towards halftime and extra time. Still no goals, but Croatia have had their chance. Brozovic blasting it over the bar after a great play by Petkovic. Once again, Croatia playing it out from the back. Modric. Brozovic. Ooh, nearly gave the ball away. Brazil now do have it. Rodrigo. Casemiro. Brilliant play. Excellent. Paqueta gives it to Militao. He's going to travel. A couple of nibbles by Kovacic. I think Michael Oliver plays the advantage. We're at 15 minutes. Do we have any additional time? There is going to be 1 extra minute of additional time in the first half of extra time. Brazil throw-in. This game is absolutely fascinating. Marquinhos. Neymar. Been poor. Rodrigo. Been lively. Neymar, 25 yards out. Oh, it's a 1-2. It's nearly gone to Neymar. Is it going to go all the way? It's Neymar. He scored. I don't believe it. I said he was playing poor, but Neymar has scored in additional time and extra time in the first half. They've broken the deadlock. Neymar, that's why you leave him on. He scored. He scored. Neymar Jr. And now Croatia have to find a goal in the second half of extra time. Brazil celebrate. Brazil dance. They might be dancing all the way to the semi-finals. It had to be him. It had to be nothing. He's been poor. He's been a ghost the entire game. He's missed chances, but he scores this one. He managed to round the goalkeeper, Brazil's number 10. Neymar Jr. has done it. He starts the move. He carries on going. He links up with 2 people. I think it's Paqueta who gives him the pass, and he rounds the goalkeeper. Look at this for a goal. Paqueta, it's a great pass. He manages to ride the tackle of Sousa. He goes past the goalkeeper and he places it into the roof of the net. Look at the composure to go bound Livakovic this time and to put it into the roof, to miss the defender. And he scored. He scored, and now Brazil, they're on their way to the semi-finals. He's delivered for his country once again. Croatia have to attack. I really didn't see that coming, but Neymar has scored. Brazil's all-time record goal scorer, 77 for his country. And it's 1-0 versus Brazil, 1-0 versus Croatia. And maybe penalties won't happen after all. It's the goal that gives them the advantage. 15 minutes remain in the second half of extra time. What a time to score. Usually in extra time you don't get those goals. Now you have. It's great link-up play. I think you have to give credit to Lucas Paquetá. First of all, he links up. I think it's with Rodrigo. Then he links up with Paquetá. But still Neymar has it to do. He has to round the goalkeeper. He has to put the ball in the back of the net, and he's done it. And now Croatia, will they get a chance? They've got to come out and play. We're still playing the first half of extra time here. Vlasic. There's Juranovic. Cuts it back into the box. Oh, nearly. Petkovic clears. Oh, excuse me, Modric. And now we're at half-time in extra time. Wow. So penalties might not be on the cards after all. Half-time in extra time. It's Croatia 0, Brazil 1. Neymar delivers. Look, I've been criticising him the whole game. I think most people probably have been criticising him the whole game. He's been poor. He's missed chances. His link-up hasn't been good enough. Out of the front four, 3 of them have been taken off. Vinicius came off. Rafinha came off. Richarlison came off. And you said, well, Neymar, why hasn't he come off? You have to leave him on. That's why you have to leave him on. Because if you leave him on, he will score goals. And that's what he's done. Just looking back at the goal here. It's the pass, I think, from Lucas Paquetá. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Perfect weight of pass. Gives it to Neymar, but as I mentioned, he still has so much to do. He still has to round the keeper. He does it. He still has to lift the ball because Sousa's on the line. If he just tried to slide it, the Sousa would probably clear it. But he just roof of the net. It's a really good finish. It's a pressure moment, and he has delivered. And now we've got a big 15 minutes because now you've got to say, Croatia, what have you got in your locker? Can you come out and attack? Brazil, can you defend this league? Can you handle the pressure? Because the way they're celebrating at the moment, you would think that they've already done the job. It's now a case of keep focus. Can you remain your focus? Can you make sure you've got your head screwed on straight? We are about to see a fascinating 15 minutes of football here, folks, I think. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat as well. Leipzig Dog says, I told you guys Neymar would score. AJ says, thanks God, we don't need to go to penalties. King in the Indie says, Tite masterclass. What else have we got here? Junior says, agree he was poor, but he stepped up when it mattered. Fair play. And I think that's it. I think so. Kamali says, the composure. A-Bub says, Modric, banger incoming. A huge 15 minutes. We've got a substitution, I think. Kovacic has just come off. And it's Maya coming on. Tite talking to his players. Now, we've got something now we haven't seen in this tournament so far. Every time it's gone to extra time, we haven't had any goals in the 30 minutes. Now we do. We've had a goal in the opening 15. So, is there any more drama? Are we going just to Brazil going through? Or can Croatia find a goal? Bear in mind, throughout this game, I don't think they've had a shot on target. They haven't. They've had 7 shots, 0 on target. Can they get a shot on target and can they score? Ada Militao's going off for Brazil 2. Coming on is Alexandro. So changes are going to be made here. It's a question of, do Brazil go defensive? Is that in their nature? We've got some drama. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. 24 likes away from 300. We can get there 100%. I know we can. Fred is coming on as well. Fred comes on for the man who got the assist, Lucas Paquetá. Oh, pasta. Pasta, not pasta, as in the... Fred's coming on. But we're underway. Second half of extra time is underway. Now, Croatia, what can you do? We've seen a lot of drama in this World Cup. This would be right up there. If Croatia somehow can still find their way throughs to the semi-final, find a goal, and then win on penalties, could you imagine? Could you imagine? We've still got those players on the booking, by the way, for Brazil. Danilo somehow is still on. I don't know how. Marquinhos still on, and Casemiro all on yellow cards for Brazil. Just Brozovic with a booking for Croatia. It's a free kick to Croatia. As I mentioned, 15 minutes between Brazil and a World Cup semi-final against Argentina or the Netherlands. That will be determined later on this evening. I will be live, 6:45. After this stream, you're directed straight there where you can give yourself a reminder. Modric. Brozovic. Ball into the box. Fred clears it. Modric wins the header against Neymar. The question at the moment, if this is the way that this half is going to go by, it might be Brazil putting people behind the ball. Perisic. But they've got a great goalkeeper in the goal. Ball in. Nobody in there. Modric goes out for a Brazil throw-in. Rodrigo wins the throw-in for Brazil. AB says that Lisandro Martinez starts for Argentina versus the Netherlands. Thank goodness. Alexandro's going to take his time with the throw-in. Throwing up the line. Won by Croatia. It's a good touch by Maya. Keeps traveling with the ball, Pedro. Keeps going with it. Lovren manages to sweep up nicely, though. Livakovic, who has done well. I mean, he's unfortunate for the Neymar goal. It's just good quality. Livakovic. Brozovic. Maya. Brazil certainly don't want to commit too many people forward. It's much clearer. Oh, one again by Pedro. Pedro really putting a shift in. Brozovic. Souza. Modric. Brozovic. Perisic. Ball into the box. It's a teaser. Oh, nearly towards the back post. Oh, it's so close. I think that's Vlasic. Here comes Neymar. He's on the counter-attack. Gavadio. That's got to be a foul on Gavadio. And Gavadio, I mean, he's holding his groin. Hopefully it's not too bad. Brozovic. Modric. Souza. Perisic. Finds Modric again. Oh, he spins Fred inside out. That's a corner ball. Corner to Croatia. Croatia turning the screw. They're certainly going to try. And Brazil are going to be pinned back. We're going to really see what Brazil's defence is made out of. We know they've got a great keeper. But Fred just gets sold by Modric. Modric. Now, Michael Oliver, I think we're going to see a change. It's going to be Budamir's going to come on. It's a tall striker. That they want to get him on now, and I think they are. We're going to get Budimir on. It's a tall striker. They want him on for a set piece. And it's Souza coming off, of course, to the left back. Left back off, centre forward on. Croatia's intentions are very, very clear. So we've got some height in the box. Can they deliver? Delivery's got to be good. Modric goes short. Well, your delivery's got to be good here. Maya. Brozovic. Get the ball into the box. Maya. Brozovic again. Here's Modric. Brozovic. Finds Maya. Ball into the box. Towards the back post. It's a touch. Petkovic. And here comes Neymar. Counter-attack. Is he going to go all the way? No, he wants to keep the ball. And he's nearly lost it then to Perisic. And it's a Croatia throw-in. Neymar, hold-up play didn't work out there. 10 minutes remain. Brozovic. Modric once again. Croatia have 10 minutes to keep themselves in this competition, or Brazil are going to the semi-finals. Gavadio. Modric. Remember, there's been no shot on target for Croatia in this game so far. Modric puts the ball into the box. Perisic didn't even know where the ball was at that point. Gavadio. Lovren. Croatia trying to pin Brazil back. It's a good ball into the box. They want a foul. And it's Thiago Silva with a great header. Now, he can stay down. It will get added on. We know it will get added on, so we don't have to complain too much about time wasting. But Thiago Silva is down. And Michael Oliver saying, look, it's going to be added on, so you can be down for as long as you want. It doesn't matter. 17 likes away from 300, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Just seeing another look at the Neymar goal. It is brilliant. And it's the finish that he has to do. It's the composure. It's the link-up play. It's a fantastic goal. His 77th goal for Brazil. 8 at the World Cup for Neymar Jr. Brozovic. Hoofed up the pitch by Croatia. Petkovic nearly wins the header. That's got to be a foul. It is. Foul by Rodrigo. Just trying to slow the game down, aren't they, Brazil? Just giving away fouls. It will get added on, like we said. We do know that. Modric to Brozovic. That's another foul by Pedro. And again, it's just a case of we know it will get added on. Modric. Gavadio. Juranovic. Maya once again. Lovren. Gavadio. Modric. Perisic. It's going to take on Antony. It's good play by Antony. It's really, really good play by Antony. And it's a goal kick to Brazil. And Antony's an absolutely superb against even Perisic there. Quality defending. Stands him up. Shows physicality. Shows aggression. Doesn't touch the ball as well. It's just shoulder to shoulder. Really quality defending. Another substitution for Croatia. Brozovic is coming off. Orisic is coming on. They want to get fresh legs on. Alisson with the goal kick. Again, hasn't been tested at all today, Alisson. Croatia haven't had a shot on target. Imagine they had one on penalties. Imagine winning, getting into World Cup semi-final without having a shot on target. It's a great play by Pedro. Antony once again down this right-hand side. Goes out for a Brazil corner. It must be said, Antony, since he's come on, I think has been far superior of Rafinha. Really, really has. Six minutes just over our remaining. Neymar's going to stand over the corner for Brazil. Antony takes it short to Neymar. Fred, I would argue that maybe Antony's come on. He might have been one of Brazil's best players. Free kick. Neymar barged to the floor. Brazil have a free kick. 5.5 minutes remain. 6 likes away from 300, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. As the Croatia coach watches on, takes a look at the clock. He knows time is running out. Neymar. Goes short to Antony. Oh, Antony gives the ball away there. Fred has it, though, for Brazil. Modric wins the ball back. Gavadio gives it back to Livakovic. 5 minutes remain. 5-minute warning. Plus stoppage time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, you would think. Maybe a little bit longer. Ball up the pitch. It's a poor ball. Goes straight out for a Brazil throw-in. That's really, really poor. You need composure at this point. Brazil throw-in. Ball up in the air. Gavadio. Oh, heads it against Fred. Here comes Fred. Gavadio's a good tackle. Really good recovery tackle. And cleared by Lovren. Perisic flicks it on. Maya to Modric. Turns him. Now here's some space to go into. Orsic. He's going to get into the box. Orsic cuts it back, shoots. Deflection, it's in! It's in, I can't believe it! Croatia have scored a deflection goal. We are going to go to penalties after all. Less than 4 minutes remaining. And Croatia have scored deflection. Their first shot on target. They have scored. Oh my goodness me. Just when you thought to write Croatia off, they come back. Bang. They bite you. Bang. They score. Bang! They equalise. And Croatia, in the dying moment, I hit my microphone, in the dying moments, they've equalised. I don't believe this. Oh my goodness, where's the script? Rip it up. They just don't die. They've got spirit, they've got fight, they've got passion, they've got integrity, and now they might have a penalty shootout to get to the semi-final. Look at this. It's Petkovic. I don't believe this. It's Petkovic. I've been slagging him off the whole game. It deflects past Alisson and it's in the back of the net. 3 minutes remain until penalty shootout time. Oh my God. Who would have seen this coming? Who would have expected this? This is the World Cup. This is sport. This is passion. This is drama. And just when you think they're done, they pull you back in again. Just when you think you know the answers, they change the questions. Petkovic, I've been saying he's rubbish. I was saying he was a lumbering Andre the Giant up front. Well, he's the 7th wonder of the world, all right. Andre, Petkovic, whatever you want to call him, it's 1-1. And 2.5 minutes remains. Now, there will be added time because of, obviously, the celebrations. Hetzeg, Owen is a Croatia fanboy. I just like football, man. It's drama. And for England, no disrespect, but you know what? You want Brazil to go out. Foul. Freaked it to Croatia. Budimir fouled. Now, Petkovic did get booked. Oh, wow, wow, wow. A moment of magic for Brazil. A moment of just unbelievableness. 90 seconds remain in this one. There's going to be added time. We don't know how much yet. But penalties does look to be on the horizon. Unless we see more drama. Anything can happen now. Anything's possible. This is the World Cup of shocks after all. This is the World Cup of drama. Neymar tries to skip past Lovren. Lovren must have been fouled there by Neymar. He was. Wow. We're into the final minute. Michael Oliver says it wants it to be retaken. They just won't die. The Croatia just won't give up, will they? This is what they do. Extra time and penalties. Every single time. And I would say I did feel like when Brazil scored, that second half of this extra time, they just backed off. I didn't think they needed to. Modric. Maya takes a shot. Fizzed it across Alisson. Goal kick. Now, final 10 seconds, but how much time is going to be added on it? It's got to be at least 2 minutes, you would think. It's got to be. At least 2 or 3. 2 minutes added on. Now, of course, Brazil did score in the additional time of the first half of extra time. So is there one more chance? Is there one more chance left in this? Are Brazil shell-shocked? Are they rocked? Or Croatia, how can they handle this? Modric. Oh, he's played it short. Here comes Anthony. He's going to try and take on Gavario. He's been brilliant since he's come on. Anthony once again. Oh, wow. Now, that's got to be a booking for Perisic. Perisic has been at Anthony the whole game. He's been nibbling at him the whole game. And he's gone right through the back of him. It's a poor free kick to give away. That is such a silly free kick. It's a lack of experience. He's kicked right through it. And now, in the dying moments of this game, before a penalty shootout, you've given Brazil an opportunity to get the ball into the box. They've got quality players. They've got quality delivery. This could be a major mistake by Perisic for Croatia. Neymar stands over the free kick. Neymar. Ball in. It's a great ball. Oh, headed away by Lovren. Ball still in the box. Casemiro has a shot. Oh, Gvardiol just heads it off Casemiro's foot. It's a good save by Levakovic. Free kick to Croatia. And it was a chance for Brazil. Levakovic, a brilliant save again. But it's pressure moments. Oliver Kahn in the crowd. Look at him. It's Casemiro with the volley. Half volley. It's right at the goalkeeper. It's a comfortable save in the end. And it might be all she wrote. We might be heading to penalties. 15 seconds remains. Smash a like on the like button if you haven't already. Over 500 watching. See if we can get to 350. 39 away from 350. Levakovic stands over this free kick. Pumps it up the pitch. And that is it. We are heading to a penalty shootout. Once again, it is penalties. Take the clock away. Put the penalties logos up. It's 1-1 at the end of extra time. Neymar scored in the first half of extra time, right at the death of the first half of extra time. But a goal from Petkovic, from an unlikely source. He's been terrible since he come on. The first shot on target, and now Croatia have an opportunity. This is insane. Actually, I'll get it to the end of 120 before we get the penalty thing up there. But oh my goodness. Now last time, Levakovic was excellent. He was immense at penalties. Now Alisson, what's his record like with penalties? What are the penalties going to be like by either side? Croatia have already done one penalty shootout. Their penalties were good. We were saying before with Neymar's penalty in the last game against Switzerland, it looked a bit dodgy, even though he sent the keeper the wrong way. This is now real big stuff. We could be seeing a major story here. Brazil, the favourites, are now in a penalty shootout against Croatia, despite going 1-0 up in extra time, seemingly winning the game and moving on to the semi-finals. They have been pegged back with just seeing the goal from Petkovic once again. It's a deflection. It's their first shot on target. It's Orsic who manages to travel with the ball. He's not getting picked up at all. He's got too much room on the left-hand side. He manages to cut back inside, cuts it back. Petkovic doesn't really hit it that great as well. It's deflected off and it just goes past Alisson. It's the deflection that takes it past him. Who's it off? It's off Marquinhos. And that spin on the ball just takes it away from Alisson. He'll still be quite disappointed, actually. He will. But even again, he scuffs it. He scuffs it. I mean, again, I've been criticising him the whole game for saying he's not that good. And the strike isn't even that great. But it doesn't matter because the deflection takes it past Alisson Becker in goal. The first shot on target for Croatia results in a goal. And now Levakovic, he's looking at clearly some information. He's looking at some penalty information. He was brilliant in the last penalty shootout. And now we've got penalties on our hands. 1-1 after 120 minutes. This is tension. This is pressure. This is sport. This is football. This is the World Cup. And who's going to make themselves a hero? Is there any more drama left in this one? Brazil, as I mentioned, the favourites for the World Cup are being taken to penalties. Their future in this competition lies in the hands of Alisson Becker to save the penalties and the penalty takers to score it. Oh, this is big stuff. Real big stuff, folks. Right, let's get penalties set up and ready to go. This is absolutely fascinating. It really is. Now, the question is, who will take the first penalty? They say, isn't it historically the team that takes the penalty second most likely wins? I think the statistics say the team second usually has the advantage. But we're on for penalties. After extra time, it's 1-1. Thiago Silva, Modric 37, Thiago 38. It looks like they're going to be taking it in front of that yellow wall that's behind the goal, that canary yellow wall filled with Brazil fans. So who's going to be taking the penalties first? It looks like it's going to be in front of the Brazil fans, but we don't know who's going to be taking the penalties first. As I mentioned, guys, be sure to smash a like on the like button. 24 likes away from 350. It might be Croatia going first. I'm not sure. It is. It's Croatia taking the first penalty. Now, the question is, who's it going to be? I think it's going to be Vlasic. Vlasic is going to be the first person to take the penalty. Croatia first, in front of the Brazil fans. Again, historically, according to statistics, it's the team that goes second, I think, that usually wins. Let's just, again, you say to your players, don't do what Japan and Spain have done. You've got to make sure, pick your spot, no stuttered run-ups, pick your spot, put your foot through it. That's all you can ask. None of this stop, start, none of this staggered stuff. Panenka, if you're going to do it, you've got to have a lot of confidence in your ability. And the keepers will be watching for it. The keepers will be looking out for the Panenka penalty. Don't get me wrong, we've seen so many of them. So there will be at least one keeper, Alisson or Livakovic, I think, that will stand up straight and won't move for a penalty because they'll be waiting for the Panenka. So it's going to be Vlasic with the first penalty for Croatia in front of the Brazil fans. Last time he scored. He went first and he scored first for Croatia last time. Vlasic. First for Croatia. Can he score? Once of Everton. Croatia. Steps up. Vlasic. Right down the middle. He scores for Croatia. 1-0 to Croatia in the penalty shootout. And now we have Brazil. Who's going to step up for Brazil first? It's going to be Rodrigo. Rodrigo of Real Madrid is going to step up versus Livakovic. Neymar can't watch. Rodrigo steps up 12 yards out. Croatia are 1-0 up. Rodrigo, what's his penalty technique like? Runs up, Rodrigo, saved by the goalkeeper. Croatia are now 1-0 up. Livakovic is at it again. He's at it again. He's made saves in this match. He's made saves in the penalty shootout. It's a poor penalty to the keeper's left-hand side. It's not a good penalty, but it's a good save from the goalkeeper. He's on the line. It's an easy save. And now the drama continues. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Breathe, everyone, breathe. Lovro Maia steps up next. If they score this, they'll be firmly ahead of Brazil. Lovro Maia takes a deep breath, 12 yards out. Maia down the middle for a second time. Maia scores. That's 2-0 to Croatia. And now, Brazil, if they don't score this one, they are in serious trouble. Serious trouble. Oh, my. Down the middle for the second time. The question is, next time, does Alisson stick down the middle or does he stand up? Does the next person go down the middle? It's big game Miro. Casemiro's going to step up now. Manchester United's Casemiro. Is he going to step up? Oh, my God. Casemiro, big game Miro. Casa. Oh, it's a brilliant penalty. That is an absolutely fantastic penalty by Casemiro. Wow. 2-1 Croatia though. They still hold the advantage. Casemiro goes over to Alisson. And I tell you what, Livakovic goes the right way too. He still goes the right way. That's how good this goalkeeper is. It's Luka Modric, the captain, the 37-year-old. Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Modric versus Alisson. Can Modric make it 3-1 and maintain the one-goal advantage? Luka Modric. Experience, class, composure. Will he go down the middle? The previous two have. Luka Modric goes to the left-hand side. Of course he scores. Of course he scores. That's what he does. He scores goals. Pressure. Luka Modric doesn't know pressure. He doesn't know pressure, Luka Modric. So they maintain the advantage. Brazil have to score. Pedro comes next. If they miss this again, Croatia will have that advantage. Pedro's turn. 3-1 to Croatia. Pedro steps up 12 yards. He's got the look in his eye. Livakovic has been saving penalties. It's Pedro, stutters, scores. He scores. The stutter worked that time. He sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. He tries to rile up and G up the Brazil fans behind the goal. They still need a Croatia mistake though, or an Alisson save. Who's going to take it next? Stutters, sends keeper the wrong way. Really good penalty by Pedro. Really good penalty. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys, if you haven't already. See if we can get to 460 likes away. The Croatia coach can't even look. It's going to be Orsic. Orsic, of course, he got the assist for the goal. He got the assist for the Croatia goal. Orsic, 12 yards. Orsic steps up. Oh, it's a brilliant one. It's side netting. Side netting by Orsic. Now, if Brazil miss this, Croatia are through. That's 4 successful penalties in a row. That is absolutely brilliant by Orsic. Absolutely superb. You do not stop those side netting settings from Orsic. If Brazil miss, they're out. They have to score to stay in. It's Marquinhos. Neymar hasn't even gone. Hit that like button, guys, as Marquinhos steps up 12 yards out. If they miss, they are out. Marquinhos, pressure, penalties. He has to beat Livakovic. Marquinhos, 12 yards to stay in the competition. Marquinhos, he's hit the post! He's hit the post, they're out! I don't believe it! Croatia are through! They've hit the post, Croatia have done it again! Bill Murray settings, it's Groundhog Day because this is what Croatia does. The favourites are out! The favourites are gone! Croatia have absolutely destroyed Brazil! They thought they were through! Neymar scored an extra time, he doesn't take a penalty. Croatia are through to the semi-final once again. Antony's crying, Brazilian tears, Modric tears of jubilation. This is what they do. This is what they do. Croatia win on penalties. They feel it in extra time. They ride through extra time. And Brazil are out. And this tournament just woke up. This tournament was blown, bang, wide open. Oh my goodness. 4 successful penalties. What a story. Backs firmly against the wall. Backs firmly pressed against the wall. What did Croatia do? They fight out of it. They fight out. This is what they do. Modric's career, his international career, his World Cup career is not over just yet. Oh my goodness. Tears from Brazil. Hearts broken in Sao Paulo. But rejoice. Rejoice in Qatar for Croatia. Antony's crying. You hate to see it as a United fan. Casemiro hugs with Luka Modric's former Real Madrid teammates. He's guided his team once again to a World Cup semi-final. Brazil are out. Brazil are gone. Wow. Incredible. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. They've done it again. If you are just joining us, 1-1 after extra time, 4-2 after penalties. Croatia are through. Marquinhos hits the post. And it's going to be longer than 20 years. 20 years ago, they won the World Cup. They're going to have to wait an extra 4. They're going to have to wait until North America to have another chance at it because they will not be leaving with the trophy from Qatar. Croatia, once again, in a semi-final. They will play either the Netherlands or Argentina. Oh, my goodness me. Absolutely incredible. Pressure, forget about it. Thousands of Brazilian fans inside the stadium in Qatar, forget about it. Playing the favourites, forget about it. Going 1-0 down at half-time, pretty much in extra time, forget about it. This is what they do. This is what they do. Do not write them off. Do not write them off. In the semi-final, regardless if they play Argentina or if they play the Netherlands, do not write them off. And in fairness to Neymar, this is what you get when you want to take the 5th penalty. Sometimes you won't get to take it. Don't be the hero, be the first. Wow. Incredible. Oh, I nearly threw up. Oh, unbelievable. We're 30 likes away from 400, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. From a United point of view, we're getting our players back. We're getting our players back. Anthony, come home. Casa, come home. Fred, do what you want, mate. But, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just when you think this World Cup is going to patterns of play, you just never know. And again, you can't write off Croatia. We were talking about it going into the game. Of course, Brazil are the favourites. Of course, Brazil are expected to win. But yes, even if they go 1-0 up, don't write them off. They only had one shot on target. Brazil today. And that's all they needed. That's all they needed to score. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wow. How'd you top that? You topped that with the Netherlands versus Argentina, I guess. Insane. What a World Cup this is. What a World Cup. It's got to be the biggest upset of the tournament. But nobody saw Brazil going out to Croatia, realistically. And this is what they do. They're not going to beat Brazil in normal time. Of course they're not. They don't do that. They don't do that. They wait till penalties. They wait until extra time. That's what they do. I've said it a million times, and I'm getting repetitive here. But you need to hammer that point home. They are the kings of knockout football. They've done it. They did it 4 years ago, and they're going to do it again this time. And whoever you are, if you are Argentina or you are the Netherlands, whatever coach, if it's Louis van Gaal or if it's Messi, you would just be saying, right, if we get through and we play them, heaven forbid it goes to extra time. Heaven forbid. And this World Cup now has been blown wide open. Because even as England fans, I know we've got to get past France, and that's going to be a big ask, and then possibly Portugal or whatever. But the thought of, actually, you know what? Brazil are out. Brazil are out. And it's a huge story. As I mentioned, guys, we're 21 likes away from 400. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. I will be live 6:45, just under an hour's time, for the Netherlands versus Argentina. And the drama at the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup continues. Croatia win 4-2 on penalties. Absolutely incredible. Wow. What more is there to say? Can it be topped later on this evening? Incredible. As I mentioned, guys, I will be back in just under an hour's time. I'll be live for the Netherlands versus Argentina. You don't have to go anywhere. Once this stream ends, you'll be directed there, so you can click a like on the like button there already. You can set yourself a reminder. You can leave the window open. You can do whatever you want, but I will be live in just under an hour's time to guide you through the second quarter final of the day. Incredible stuff. I'm out of here. I'll speak to you again very soon. Peace.